Welcome to episode 4 of Breaking Mana. We are playing, of course, tonight the light at the end of the bunker, if you will. Uh, of course, so far, if I'm going to do a quick little recap of the season, has basically been you guys being reborn 1,000 years after the so-called end of the Earth that you guys kind of sort of prevented. But of course, many things did end, and many things have become anew because of you guys. The world is filled with magic and many surprises. You guys traveled to a small town, did a couple of quests there, maybe found out why the kids were missing, which ended in the end of the butcher. And Tiny Tim now runs the butchery. And of course, you guys still had many quests left to complete, but most importantly, wanted to kind of get the boat going so you guys can go off to one of two very interesting destinations, but most likely Knuckle Hills. Now, when you guys set off to go find your friend Ikurei first, there was a sidetrack with a little bit of a boat adventure last week and some pirates and a dragon turtle, but eventually, you guys did run into the bandits that captured your friend. And if anybody wants to kind of recap that encounter, there's a point of inspiration on the board. But before we get into the recap, first, Selena, Xandria, you do start with a point of inspiration because of your downtown role playing you guys did this week on Facebook. Your character's feeling out of place and sad, so feel free to recap that for anybody as well. But let's first recap the encounter on that road with the bandits. If anybody's up for it.
I just
There was a merchant on the road that was basically his cart had been destroyed or damaged at least to the point where he couldn't move it. He said that his associates, his guards, whatever, had been massacred, and I can't remember if there was just they jumped out at that point or whatever, but
I remember a little bit actually what happened on that. It's more a case of some of us noticed trees rustling a bit, so we blew their ambush on them, as opposed to them getting the very literal drop on us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember setting a few choice trees on fire that were rustling about.
Yeah, the wall of fire, barbecued bandit bottom.
BBQ.
Nice liberation.
I don't know what the Q stands for, but.
And so yeah, at the end of that, like you guys might have mentioned, the merchant got injured a little bit, but he did end up getting away with his life.
Thanks to Selena, I might add.
Yeah, very much thanks to Selena.
I was thinking about this afterwards, and I felt real bad that he actually wasn't with the bad guys. I think. I don't know, but I legit thought that he was baiting us into an attack, of his own volition. So I was like, fuck that guy.
Yeah, no, he wasn't doing it by himself. He was forced to do it.
Yeah. See, I thought he was not really forced to do it, but he was just working with them.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. In character, there's many, like you're saying, many reasons why some of the characters wouldn't have given that guy the benefit of the doubt. Not everybody has amazing insight or kind of things did it kind of explode once the bandit jumped out of the tree, so you didn't have a lot of time to communicate it either. So it made sense. At the end of the day, you guys ended up killing the bandit that claimed to have killed Ikurei, but on his dying words, he admitted that Ikurei is still alive out there, or at least one of the bandits. I'm not sure if it was the villain. I forget.
I think it was the main guy.
It was the main guy.
Yeah, the main guy with this mask that made him quick.
Kesh.
You guys searched around, found a stash full of gold and dark iron and diamonds, and of course, a map to the secret bunker that I did reveal for you guys on the map, which if I can switch you guys, while we can still hear the crackling of the fire, I'll switch you guys to the map that we now have of the entire area. And of course, you guys are now making your way and are almost there at the bunker. This is definitely your night before the action at the bunker, and the party is definitely ready. I'll mark on the map as well the place where you guys had the battle with the bandits here, and as we're almost there, you guys do have a decision to make. I gave you guys some time a while ago to ponder it, but you have a captive pirate still. You've been carrying around there. He's fairly injured, but he's well enough now after days of some help and resting that he can get off on his own, and he would like to be free before you guys head to this bunker. Now, but it's up to you guys what happens to him. So, whatever you guys decided to do with this this bandit.
We didn't really talk about it too much, but
Okay.
Selena's first instinct is to just let him go. Like, she saved him so that he could survive. Basically, kept him till he was in better health, kind of thing. But if he's better now, then he's free to go, kind of thing. He's not really a captive as much as he is a POW, I guess.
Yeah.
Now, since Volk is heading through the mirror with Rolo to head back to town, maybe with the page from the Book of Leaves to go talk to the mayor and investigate some other things, would you guys maybe ask Volk to bring this captive over to the city where maybe you don't know what's going to happen to him, or is it true freedom? Let him back on the road. Selena, I think true freedom is where you're leaning, right?
Yeah, I would say, like, he can go through the mirror if he wants to get away from, like, the situation he's in, kind of thing. But beyond that, like, it's not
Yeah.
out of Selena's control, kind of thing.
And perhaps surprisingly, Xandra will be giving backup on that vote.
Okay.
Yeah, Castiel would probably lean more towards, well, he is a pirate, and he took down part of an effort to take down a Coulson ship, so maybe he should be dealt with, I don't know, by the mayor, but, like, he doesn't care really enough either way to, like, really push that agenda. He's like, yeah, whatever.
The pirate, well, if I head back out on the road with the bandits and centaurs and no way to get back to the other side of the coast on my own really safely, maybe your mayor, if I trade some information about the location of my people, and more, everything I can, maybe I'll have a place in that village. And he looks back at you guys.
Maybe.
It's a chance. If you give information and cooperate and turn over a new leaf, if you will, then that could perhaps go a long way towards gaining some clemency. I should warn you, though, if I find out that you're slipping back to your old ways, I will come for you.
Okay, well, I'll go with your friend Volk then, and as long as he keeps his wolf away from me, I'll do my best. I won't let you guys down. Thank you for a second chance.
And as he turns away, kind of going between my two cantrips, message and thaumaturgy, I make sure that he hears the whisper in his ear, like something along the lines of like, "You better obey, or you better do good." And I just do harmless tremors on the ground as he's walking away.
Nice. Okay, I think that's the point of inspiration for that.
Yeah. So Xandria, you're giving your point early to Castiel there?
Yep.
Saving me from giving one. Very good.
So I guess that means I take mine off the sheet, or
No, you don't give your point. You have one to give.
okay, and I've given one, and I don't get more to give unless I earn something else myself.
Yeah. So you have one of your own. Selena has one of her own. Castiel has two now, and as oh no, sorry, you're all at two because you guys helped with the recap all individually, so 1 point for everybody. Selena and Xandria started with one because of your downtime roleplay, and now Castiel has earned one from Xandria. So Xandria, you can no longer give one this episode, but it's well given and well received. So we will. You guys are around the fire. Volk, the wolf, and of course our pirate friend head off back to Lothbrok through the mirror. Whether it's successful travel or not, you're not sure, but in your experience, mirror travel has been fairly safe. Of course, this mirror is not installed anywhere. You're just kind of dragging it around on a cart. But you assume your friends have made it back to the treehouse safely.
We'll find out as and when, but for now we have a task to do.
And so before nightfall comes, and for any plans you may have for guard or anything like that, it's up to you guys. But tomorrow morning, you guys are just a couple hours away from the bunker, according to the map. So what next step, you guys take is really up to you guys.
Well, if we're resting. Okay, wait, did you?
Sorry, I missed that last word. Just the last word there.
Did you say it was close to nightfall?
Oh, it's definitely, you guys are by the camp. Unfortunately, I can't dim the map here. It's very bright, but it's
A hell of a fire.
yeah, it is very very close to nightfall. It's time for rest.
Okay. Well, as per usual, if we're staying the night, I'm gonna do as a ritual, make a hut around us, centered around the fire.
Hut, hut, hut. We're playing football.
Awesome. So you set up the hut, and
But
that'll protect you from magic, of course. And did you guys set up guard, or you don't have your wolf to watch for you guys now? But Knuckles says he'll take first watch, but then he's sleeping.
If I recall correctly, nothing can get in that hut but us, right?
That is not true, if I remember reviewing it. Magic cannot travel through the barrier. That is all.
Oh, no, hold on a second. Creatures and objects within the dome, when you cast a spell, can move through it freely. All other creatures are barred.
Oh, you're fading out there.
Can't extend through it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So other creatures can't go in it, but in magic can't go in it, but they can send missiles through it, if I remember correctly. Reading the wording very carefully.
Well, depends.
Missiles meaning projectiles like arrows and whatever.
I got no problems taking a watch myself.
I mean, to be fair, like if nothing can get in, then we don't really need a watch.
But no, Pat, it does say objects.
Okay, corrected. Wasn't sure. For some reason, I remember reading it once and going, "Aha!" But I was wrong. So I'm just gonna roll a nice little random encounter dice here.
Sleep.
It's definitely one of the most peaceful nights you guys have spent out in the wilderness. There's a few birds about, you can tell the wildlife is about, but nothing shakes any nearby bushes, and there's nothing interesting that happens. Knuckles' watch goes by good, and anybody else, Alexandria, who volunteers for a watch is fine. Inside the hut, everybody who doesn't want to take a watch sleeps peacefully for an entire night's rest.
I wake up.
Yeah, you wake up, and it's time to head off to the bunker. And you guys head off, like you guys have done many times before. This may be the end of the road for this part of the adventure, or you guys might continue to the ruins. Some of you guys have talked about. Knuckles certainly talks about it a lot. But along the way in this path, you guys have done a lot already, and saving Ikurei was the end of the road for most of you, anyways. And so as you guys arrive at the bunker, and I'll put you guys on that map now. You guys. Basically, you see up into the distance that it looks like someone's arrived at the bunker before you. You can see to the north side, one of the doors is swung open, which you can't see on the image here. And there's a few dead guards, but there looks to be some dwarves sitting around a fire. They haven't noticed you quite yet, but if you approach any further, they sure will.
This is unexpected.
For today, also +1 AC.
You're cutting out a bit still. I don't know.
Oh, I just gave myself the +1 to AC again today.
Okay.
Yeah, and slashing damage is my damage resistance of choice.
So bringing you up to 24 AC right now, Castiel?
Yeah.
Just like epic.
That's pretty insane.
And
Ooh, and I spend a sorcery point to gain resistance to fire damage.
Okay.
Fire.
So everybody's got their daily stuff up. Selena, you could, of course, choose an aura if you'd like, but it is now time to make a decision. What next action do you guys take as a group?
So where's this door?
The door would be on the northern side here. I'll just draw some lines here. Right near
So
where the bodies are and where the dwarves are guarding, of course.
Okay. So basically, we'd have to. The dwarves would see us if we tried just going in the door.
Yeah. They're definitely kind of in a position not far from the door on purpose. And what they're doing here, though, that's still a mystery.
Darkbeard. What do we know about Darkbeard? We've run into Darkbeard before.
Well, Knackle, you see, the Darkbeards are not so bad. Most of them, though, very mercantile. We do some trading with them, but back in the day, they've led some attacks on Lothbrook. But since the new mayor, for at least 30 years, we've had a good relationship. Most of them aren't as bloodthirsty as they look. And they're good traders, shrewd businessmen.
Well, I was going to say maybe we could pay our way through and avoid a battle, and maybe pass them a dark iron bar or something.
Maybe, or we could ask them why they're here and why there's a pile of dead bodies by the door.
Yeah.
Might be a good question there.
It's a good start.
Of course, I could do the talking. I'm a not bad trader, and I don't always get my foot in my mouth.
I think you doing the talking's kind of out.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if one of us wants to take the lead on this, but if it's between us three, no offense, Knuckle, either one of us may do just as well as the other. Xandria, though, they're all males up there.
Oh, there's a few ways I can approach that for sure. Although I don't want
face palms.
There's certain types of trade I don't particularly want to initiate, if you will, at this point. However, let's see. Well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a disguise self, so I look, human, not all demony. Hopefully that can work.
Is it a spell? Is it a spell, or are you using your kit or something?
I'm using my invocation, so it's basically
magic.
It allows the spell to be used at will.
Okay, very good.
Very, very handy that.
Your claws go away, and some of your more demonic
wings
features,
kind of.
Yeah, they kind of get hidden away in your disguise.
Yeah, that's the intention there. And well, we'll see how this goes, and I will approach quite openly.
Are you guys having with her and letting her talk, or is she going alone?
I'd follow.
Well, Nako will definitely follow as well then.
I might as well all go then.
And I'd make sure to keep my weapons. I do have my shield, but I have my cleaver slung over my back, and I'm trying to look non-threatening.
That's good. That's when Lester, there's some people approaching. I suppose I should talk to them. Lester speaks up, and he moves forward. And who goes there? He says.
Well met, good dwarf. I am Xandria, and these are my friends.
Well
we
met.
Come here.
I will see about that.
We come here on the hunt for bandits, although it seems that we perhaps came a little late to the party.
Oh, Lester looks around at his friends. There's been no party. What does he mean? The other guy goes, I think he means that's just a figure of speech. He's, lass, you could use simple terms with me. My brothers always did. You can't come here. This is the darkest Darkbeard territory now, and we're taking over this fort.
Out again, I snap my fingers a little bit, like, damn. Well, we don't mean to necessarily stay here for too long or to intrude for any length of time. But the bandits, they were keeping someone captive, someone that we know. We wish to inquire as to what their fate might be.
Well, my brother mentioned there's a few captives down there, and but they belong to us now. And you will have to pay or trade us for the captives. Of course, let me see here. There's a few centaurs, right, guys? Yeah, a couple centaurs. Is that your friend?
No, no centaurs.
We've got some strange gray people down there. There's pretty sure that's not your friends. They got weird tentacles.
No, definitely not.
And then we got bandits. We got lots of bandits. Well, a few less, but we still got many more.
Oh, one we're looking for would be missing a hand.
One of the bandits spoke about a young lad like that, but we haven't been able to get to the second level of the bunker, you see. Hey, yeah, you're right, I am saying too much. Listen, we don't have that guy. Move along.
I would just clear my throat and offer up, well, we can help you get to that second level.
My brothers strictly said nobody gets down there or else I'm dead. So I'm afraid. I mean, you're not coming down there. We don't need help. We're tough Darkbeards, the darkest Darkbeards.
Well, surely there'd be no harm in being able to offer some assistance. I mean, that is a bargaining chip, if you will, on our part. If we can help you get him there, then you gain. There's nothing to lose. I mean, if your brother's potentially a problem, then I would be more than happy to wait and talk to him, as opposed to putting your life at risk.
Well, I suppose I should go get one of my brothers. You guys have used some big words. I'm not the one you should speak to. If you give me a moment, my two guards will make sure you don't step any further, and I'll be back.
We will stay right here, and I'll just draw a line on the sand where we stay behind.
Right here.
Start to look at Selena and Castiel and back. Well, at least at the moment they're willing to talk.
I would cast. I'll just look at my list so I can find the name of it. Oh, Raleigh's telepathic thought, so we can communicate quietly.
Yay! Gotta find a way of making that permanent.
I agree.
Get our link back.
And you notice that the two dwarves left behind are looking a little bit nervously. They don't seem to be the sharpest tools in the shed either. And it seems like Lester's gone for a while.
Oh, wait. You two can relax a little bit. We're not here to cause you trouble. And I'm putting my persuasion skills to use on that.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Which will be at least a 20. We'll see if I get more. Love reliable talent. That is based on that, which is a plus 10. Things said and done, so 20 plus 10, and
Thought we weren't moving past that line.
it's a 24. You said 24. I said, I'm talking to this. I said I wouldn't cross that line. I will hold my word to that.
Well, of course, they they might be right. They say to each other, well, hopefully the bosses let you in. You guys could maybe even join us. We'll be the greatest bandits, they say. The greatest bandits of all time. Those guys that were here before in this fort, they were weaklings.
And well, with that,
we'll see. We'll see. I mean, we've got our own tasks ahead of us as well. But
Seemed like a tough lot for not being a dwarf and all.
and I try to. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I would try to also persuade him, like, you should really let your boss know that, that we could help you, and I'll roll a persuasion for that. Oh fuck.
I'll be talking about.
Well, I think I'll wait till they get back. The one says.
No.
Wasn't, I don't think we should go tell them now. Not too convinced.
No. I would say that kind words to say that to recognize us as being tough. Well, I mean, for non-dwarves, of course.
The doors open up again, and you see Lester and another dwarf that appears to be similar, like it might be even his brother. And he goes, introducing my brother Eric, the silver-tongued one of the bunch. And then behind him, a slew of 3 other dark-beard dwarves. And Eric steps forward, and he says, You came here and you think us fools? You think we will let you in? My brother here's a fool, and but he told me enough. You're here for some friend of yours? Well, there's none of your friends down here that we're gonna let go free. And you move along. You're lucky if we don't kill you here as we stand. This is your last warning.
Oh, surely we can negotiate and not resort to a conflict, as we came here seeking the bandits, which you have already dispatched so kindly with mighty deeds of valor.
Valor. He spits on the ground. We don't have valor. We were thrown out of the Darkbeard clan, but not before we heard of these new arrivals, these heroes that people speak about. And I, looking over at you guys, I'd assume you guys are them. Maybe on second thought, he looks back at Lester. Maybe, that cell where some of those bandits have died? We've got some room for these 4. His men.
The connection, I would just ask everyone, do you think maybe we should get ourselves locked up? Maybe the easiest way in.
Well, it's a thought. I mean, I could probably get us out again. Depends on how much you take away.
Yeah, that's true.
What there is.
They start approaching.
Or we could offer like that dark iron that we picked up.
Don't resist, and we will take you quietly.
I'll shout out. Let us offer you a trade, a deal.
I'll just mention in the link as well. One of them did slip and say they were going to be bandits.
Eric looks over at Xandria and Selena. Well, I'll make you a trade. He looks back at Nako and Castiel. You're 2 women for your lives. Ha! The rest of the men start laughing. Ha! That's a trade. It's a good trade, boss.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
And he grabs Andrea by the wrist.
I'm going to look at him very intently in the eye. Just start to let the disguised self slip a little bit so the more demonic features start to show through. I would suggest you let me go. We came in good faith. We offer a deal. We offer no bloodshed. Think carefully before you act. Before you take your next action.
When you say think carefully, Lester kind of laughs. Think.
And that's an intimidate check on Eric that I'm doing there. So.
Okay.
Intimidation, which is also a +10. I always say I should know better than to check my skills for that.
Oh,
Well, reliable talent, thank you.
and
So that's still a 20, but
well,
and
but
that's
a
you
crit fail. I don't know. We've never been in this situation before.
Yeah. I mean,
Rules
this
is written, it would still be a 10 though. But
I mean, it's your call. If you want to do with crit fails on skills, I'm still okay with that. That's certainly.
it's not in the book. It's not in any of the writing. It's just some way house rule. But yeah, I think we're gonna go with a 1 here, and you lean over to intimidate him, and it might not even be because it's a 1. Maybe it fails only because Eric does not, in front of his men, feel like stepping down to a woman. But as your demonic features come in, his stomach unsettles a little bit, and all the men go, well, and Eric looks back at them. He goes, well, look back at the women. Well, you guys will leave here dead. I mean, you guys won't leave here alive. You're either going to be taken as slaves, or you'll die. And he says, well, he doesn't say. I say, roll initiative.
So before we roll initiative, I'm going to use my know your enemy feature, and
Okay.
that's just if I spend a minute observing or interacting with a creature, I can know whether it's inferior, superior, or my equal in terms of two things.
Okay.
So I'd like to know if it's it's AC and its current HP in regards to mine.
Well,
So you would have been
which are you asking about, Lester, Eric, or the guards in general?
The main guy, so Eric, I guess.
so you would have been doing this during our conversation.
So to your own, right?
Yeah. And you don't have to tell me a number. It's just inferior, superior, or my equal.
You're equal in what? Armor and HP?
It was AC and current HP.
Inferior in current HP, Eric, but you're equal in armor.
Okay. So that would
Lester
mean
looks
he's
a
got-
little bit more armored by the naked eye, but most of the men look about as armored as Eric. But with that, it's time for initiative as everybody rolls. I think Xandria 16 is yours.
Yep. I'm going to be talking to the link as to the guys, to the rest of the team. Drop the leader, and we can probably talk sense into the rest.
I agree with that, actually. They seemed pretty reasonable.
Castiel, your initiative was 23.
I'll go through the link as I will make an example.
Okay, Knuckle, I'm just going to roll the die. Oh, Knuckle. What's his initiative bonus? He rolled a 19 plus 3, so 22.
He's a quick bugger.
Eric,
Is Knackle in our bond? I guess we put Knackle in our bond. Yes, we did.
Eric gets a 5. Lester gets a 14. And the rest of the dwarves.
Eric was looking at my boobs, so I got a 5.
Are you sure it was yours?
So, Castiel, you are
I was
first.
the one talking to him and may have been leaning forward during that intimidate check. That didn't go so well.
I'm first.
You are first.
But Selena's got a more innocent wholesomeness to her that may be more appealing to someone like Eric. I don't know.
So, based on our quick little chat in the link, I'm gonna no holds barred attack Eric. Just trying to figure out what I want to do.
Let's say I can squeeze you in here.
That's what she said. I'm gonna get hurt for that.
I'm trying to find something that's like single target.
Your attack.
You do have that big ass cleaver.
Yeah, I was gonna, just getting there. Okay, yep. I'll throw my shield over my shoulder, swap it out for my cleaver,
Oh boy.
and I'm gonna Aim for his face, since there is no armor on his face. For an 18 to hit.
18 is exactly enough to hit Eric, so feel free to roll
Yeah.
some
I was
damage.
gonna say that should be a hit based on that his AC is equal to Selena.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Alright, so this is 3 slashing. And
Then you just get your strength mod on top of that too.
I think I have that.
The +6 should be on the slashing, but either way, it adds up to the same. 16 total so far.
And yeah, I don't know where the +6 comes from.
That should be your strength mod. I'm
Your
thinking.
strength plus rage should be in there.
Plus your the weapon itself is a
There's a
+2.
+2. So that sounds a lot low, but that's up to you to have that right. So 16.
What is your strength?
4.
So
So yeah, it makes
So
no, it should be your rage damage. I believe is +3 at this point, right?
Oh.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
not
don't
raging.
hold it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
no.
yeah, it's right without rage. Yep.
I forgot to rage.
Okay, it's right without rage.
Okay, but bonus action, I'm going to rage, and then I'm going to swing again.
It's like, pal, wait a sec.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
smash!
forgetting something here.
So
It goes to the link when seeing that.
14 is a miss.
use a luck point to reroll that.
Okay,
Oh, there you go.
26 is a hit.
All right.
So it's either +8 or +9 now on your slashing.
We are now at a +9.
Okay.
For 11 damage.
Ooh, that die 12 doesn't like you right now.
And then where's your fire damage there? So
And 5 fire.
So 16 again, so he's taking 32.
pretty good damage for a first turn there. And so with that said, Castiel, it's bonus action, and I assume you don't want to move away at this point.
No, but just so you know, without my shield, I'm at 22 AC.
22. Okay. It is Knuckles' turn. So Knuckle, of course, he's looking at these guys, and he would like to take a moment to take his notepad out. And as a chronicler, he starts sketching images of these dwarves and their armor and the way their stances are. And he's looking for a weakness, and he's looking, and he's journalizing, and he's just trying to see something. And with this first turn as a chronicler, he tells you guys, I think they're very, very weak. They're not as strong as their leaders. These other dwarves here, they've got about 2/3 his health. I can tell. Look at the way they carry this and their strength, and he says, and they would be weak at anything wisdom, intelligence, or charisma based. Look at them; they're a bunch of grunts. And so that's the little bit of info he gets from chronicling and journalizing. You see him sketching on his notepad, and that's the end of his turn. Or actually, with his bonus action, he throws Xandria some inspiration. Xandria, don't let him grab you like that. And and the Darkbeard dwarves get their turn, but not their leaders quite yet. So the dwarves, the 3 in the back here, aim their hand axes at Castiel. And let me look at this here. Yep. So the first one is a huge miss. Almost, it falls in front of the guy right in front of you, Castiel, and almost hits him. That's how much of a miss it was with a 2 on the die. The second guy throws, and with a +7, still just to say with a 21 to hit, lands right in front of your feet, Castiel. And the last one, so the last one, this guy over here, that I'm going to move over. He moved over to get a good shot, and he strikes a really good shot on Castiel with a nat 20.
Ooh.
I'm going to change that with a luck point. Well, he has to reroll.
Okay. I think I need, with a 7, I need a 15 or higher to hit. Oh! From a nat 20 to a nat 1. And so
Oh, that's a good use of a luck point. Oh, I think Eric's gonna probably get clocked.
he throws it,
Lester.
he cranks his arm, and he hits it right behind the shoulder blade of Lester, about 5 feet in front of him. Lester cries out in pain, "Ah, I was hit!" Turns around, "Oh, boss, I'm sorry. No, I'm gonna kill you after I kill them." Ah!
I shout out, kill him first.
And so pretty low on the damage roll, but 7, 14. So still going to be 14 damage to Lester, doubled. Oh no, wait! I had custom rules for them, so it's going to be more than that. So it's going to be 30 damage to Lester, and Lester crying out in pain, "Ah, you idiot!" And that's the first 3. The other 2 on the other side of Lester here in front of Castiel. One of them's going to throw it at Knuckle, who hits. And Knuckle attempts to try to block it off, but he gets hit here, and he comes down to... you see his bar go down a little bit. And then the other one is right in front of Castiel, so he has no choice but to follow up on Castiel. But instead of throwing one of his axes, he uses his throwing axe as a melee weapon. He gets a 19 on the die, so it'll be a 26 total, giving you 15 damage, Castiel, unless you want to use your last lucky.
No, I have to pay. You can have
And with that, I think, let me see here, is there one last? I think there's one last. No, that is it. That is all the dwarves, so we are now down to Xandria's turn.
All right. Well, Eric's in melee with Castiel, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just double check something right quick here, because this is important all of a sudden.
Yes, and actually, too.
He hasn't attacked yet either, Eric.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm checking. I believe as an assassin, that's actually very advantageous for me.
Sam, sometimes when you lean down, we can barely hear you, I'll be honest.
Oh, my friends have advantage on melee attacks because the hostile creatures within 5 feet of me.
Fighter, nice. I like that. All right, no, not the monk. Where's the rope gone in this book? It's gone hiding on me.
And you have a D8 of inspiration.
A D8 is handy. I can use that for an attack roll if I need to, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Or save.
I have advantage on attack rolls against any creature hasn't taken the combat turn yet. He's not surprised, so there's no crowd mat critical, but I've already got advantage on him. So
Yeah, you have advantage in 2 different ways, but still just 1 advantage, yeah.
Yeah, and I am going to roll my attack roll once I find out, because I'm just basically plucking out the dagger. Well, I warned you, Eric. Prepare to pay the price. Attack roll 1. Attack roll 2, which I'll take as a 21. That should be a hit. Am I right?
It is a hit on Eric, yes.
So the dagger damage itself is coming up, which is only die 4 plus 5 piercing. 8, pretty good. Now for 7 die 6 sneak damage. Ow! Did that ever a shitty roll?
Yeah, no kidding.
So 23 damage in total on that. And I'm going to use a bonus action to disengage.
Okay.
That let me just that way with my arrows pointing, sort of. Wow, the map scale's weird compared to our portraits. But disengage, but sort of actually backwards over towards, so I'm sort of going almost in front of where Knuckles at, actually.
Shrink everybody a bit for you. But yeah, so you can move
I can't
yourself.
pick my portrait to move myself, though.
No?
Maybe, oh, that's why I've got the wrong thing. Derp. We'll go back over this way, which should be well within reason for...
Yeah.
Yeah, between that and move.
So
Disengage and
with
drop back a
that,
bit.
is it the end of your turn?
I've done my attack, my bonus. Disengage. Actually, I'm there. I'm actually going to. Have they been throwing stuff?
They definitely have. Everybody but Lester and Eric seem to have smaller axes that they use. They have a couple on their hips and one in their hands. They seem very throwable, all of them.
Okay, well, I'm not going to take off just yet. I'm just going to stay grounded and stay in front of Knackle there, so he's got some cover from me, basically.
And so, Selena, it would be your turn.
So
God, that was-
Selena will move in.
That was a really shitty sneak damage roll. My God.
No kidding.
3 1s and 2 2s.
And then she's going to, well, unleash a flurry of attacks, because that's what she does.
Bring the bastard down.
Okay.
So that's 1 attack which misses, 2 attack which misses.
Don't you have advantage on your roll since you're doing a melee and you're right next to Castiel?
Aha.
Yeah, that's true. So that's 1 attack which misses. This second attack will hit. And
You got a crit on that one, actually.
Yeah. And then the third attack.
Another crit.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh.
God.
Can we just say that this is gonna hurt?
Someone's channeling the Roanora.
This is gonna hurt.
Because Roanora would do when she had 3 attacks, sometimes would have rolls like that.
So that's 2 hits. So 2d8 plus strength plus 2 weapons, so plus 6. Yeah. So actually, that's 2d8 plus 12. So that's that second d8, but that's 17 damage, doubled probably,
Okay.
and then the water hit from the hammer as well. So we'll do
Oh
that.
God, yeah, I forgot about that.
Have to roll for that, right?
Yeah, it's die code damage. I think it's what, die water? Or...
I believe.
Do I have advantage on that as well?
No, you don't have to roll for the extra water damage. It's attached with the damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's good. That was also being doubled then, because that is crits.
Yep. So
Yeah.
That's,
Well, is this like you hit 3 times, right?
She hit
no,
twice.
twice.
Only twice. Okay, and they're both crits. I gotcha. Yes, this would be also so.
So that was just a flat d8 water damage, or was that adding like strength and
Just
the
D8.
plus 2 weapons?
Just D8.
Okay.
Yeah. You've already put your strength on your make. Oh, 7, so another 14. So 34 and 14, so 48 damage on the first hit.
Okay, bringing them down really low.
And he got another round of double damage to go through.
That was both my rolls though, because that was the 2d8 from the 2 crits. You just doubled it.
Oh, you did that? Because usually...
I mean,
Oh,
if
I
you want to
see.
do it that way, I don't really care. But
Oh, you
No,
gotta
sure.
roll another die. You gotta roll another die for your water damage then, because you hit twice.
And I think in between sessions here, what I'm going to do is also for everybody's epic items, I'm going to create you guys some macros. So it'll be like boom, boom. But yeah. So 40. 49.
48 plus 10.
and then the extra radiant damage as well. So that's another d8. So 1.
Plus 1 is 2.
Wow. Okay. So he's pretty hurt after Selena's combo there. Selena, is at the end of your turn as you move in on Eric and unleash that?
My aura was already up, right?
Well, you didn't actually select an aura, so
Okay, so I'll
Unless-
just give everyone the +1 AC then.
okay.
Nice.
I believe it's +1 to AC and +1 to attack, or something.
The plus
Just
one
let
is
me double check
saves and
that.
plus 1 AC, I think.
Yeah, that's it.
That's never a bad thing.
So yeah, That'll is up.
Well, he's definitely inferior for hit points now.
On Lester's turn, he's like, "This is going bad. Someone go tell Baltor." And a man begins to look like he's heading back, but it's not his turn. And Lester then moves in and attacks Castiel. And Lester's got a big old great axe. And his first swing goes to hit you, Castiel, and you're just able, to evade it, no problem. His second swing is a 21 to attack, so it's something that you might have to parry or, just to say dodge with your abilities, but he still misses because of how good you are with your AC. And so Lester's turn goes unanswered.
As Castiel goes, can't touch this.
Eric then moves in on Selena. You were gonna be mine! And he's bleeding, and you can tell he's in pain. But now, I will pummel you into the sands! And he throws his big great axe down on Selena, and he gets an unnatural 20 on his first swing. And he gets a big old miss on his second.
So just the one hit.
Yeah. And so just for a normal hit, he sinks into you for 25 damage.
Okay.
Almost barely scratching Selena, but still a decent hit. And and that's the end of Eric's turn. Eric looks back and someone go tell Baltor, following up on Lester's command. And it is now Castiel. It is your turn in initiative.
I'm going to just there's something real quick here. Oh yeah. Okay, so the guys that looked like they were about to leave, would it be like this one here that may be running first?
It looks like he's going to be the one running, but the command is for someone to go tell the older brother. But yeah, it does look like that one turned his head, and he's the furthest away from battle.
Okay, well anyways, so these three here, my point of origin is going to be right here, so those three will be affected as using meta magic. So I'm casting Entangle as a quicken spell. Okay. So bonus action.
Hold on to my circle.
Oh, sorry, I thought that was for the Entangle. So
nuke that now and.
Oh, what are you doing?
That's my circle.
Yeah, but it's perfect for Entangle. Sorry.
So yeah, those three just got to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. We get a fail. A 17. I'm not sure if that's a pass.
No.
So a second fail and a third fail.
All right, so they are restrained.
Very good.
And then I'm going to swing my axe, Eric. Or my cleaver, I mean.
Okay. Is Entangle an action or a bonus action? I don't think you can do an attack and Entangle.
I'm cast it as a bonus action using meta magic.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, quick.
Very nice.
And then a nice big old crit fail.
Which I'm going to change with my last luck point.
And there it goes, the last luck point.
Well, at least it's not a critical fail.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm debating on my course of action here of what I'm going to do. I think I know what I'm going to do.
So another miss. Is that your turn, Castiel?
Yes. Because I didn't damage anybody. My on.
As long as you attack, I believe you're still good for your adrenaline rush.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the radius on that?
Plus, you did also land your entangle, so either way it would allow it. But it is Knuckles' turn. So Knuckle, of course, aims his epic Wand of Wonders, Wand of Epic Wonders, I should say, over at Eric, hoping to finish him off. So as he aims it, here comes the roll. 6906. Knuckle would be very happy with that. So the outcome is basically around you right now, Castiel, Selena, a little bit later on, seconds later on, Xandria. You guys all smell like a awful skunk smell coming from Eric. And Nako goes, "Oh, I remember casting that one before. Oh, he's going to stink for weeks." And no damage is taken, but Eric will, well, if he were to survive this battle, he'd have to bathe this away for weeks.
Nice.
Again, so that is the end of the turn for Knuckle. He has a bonus action, throws over Selena an inspiration like he did Xandria the last turn. But it is now the Darkbeard's turn, and just to help me out, I know you're planning your turn ahead there, Xandria, but I'm gonna take.
That's okay.
I'm gonna take your circle here, and I'm just gonna move it on the GM screen. So I'll move it back when it's your turn.
Yep, that's fine.
And so the one Darkbeard who's entangled, he's gonna attempt to break out. So 17 on the die, plus his strength of 3, so 20. Is that enough to break out of your stuff, Castiel? I assume so.
Just to say.
Just to say, that's scary.
That is scary.
So he breaks out and he runs his full turn, which will be 60 feet. So yeah, he can, he's basically at the doorway, if we're going to be fair. And the other two, a 2 on the die, I'm not even going to do math, and 6 on the die. God damn it! And their arms are bound by the entangle. They're trying to reach for their axe, and they're just, right now, fucked pretty bad. The other 2 next to Castiel, who last turn attempted to throw at Knuckle and Castiel, this time one's gonna throw at Xandria. With a nat 20, meaning the axe is so true, it pierces through whatever armor you have, Xandria. It hits you right between the breasts, and it does a severe amount of damage to your sternum. You take 30 points of damage.
Oh boy.
Reaching down for his other axe, he throws another one your way. 17 on the die, plus 7, 24 to hit.
That is definitely a hit.
Nailing you down in the hip for another 15 points of damage. His partner, seeing opportunity and feeling bolstered, moves in on Castiel, right where Lester's at, and swings his throwing axe at Castiel's head. But he rolls a 3 on the die, so as he swings, his arm jerks back a little bit, and his definitely in training, it never happened like this before. And he swings again with a 4 on the die, and really feeling like it's not his day. That's the only Darkbeards that are able to attack at this point. So Xandria, it is your turn.
All right, can I have my circle back, please?
I will definitely do that.
That circle's about, if you want to measure it, just to confirm, it's roughly, should be roughly 80 feet wide.
Yeah, it's about that, yep.
All right, so I've got it placed pretty much where I want to get, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if I'm not mistaken, that are affected by this.
5 of them I see as well, yeah.
Yeah. 5 of them will be making a reflex saves.
What is the spell?
Dexterity. It's Conjure Volley. As I am taking one of the axes, the one from that hit me in the sternum.
Okay.
And throwing that in the air as I cast Conjure Volley, and all of a sudden the air is full of those throwing those throwing axes.
Awesome.
I don't know, pelting that area.
Okay. As
I do that as also a case of Eric, looking at Eric, a lot of fury as no one owns Selena. No one.
Take a point of inspiration and roll your dex save. So Here's Eric's fail. Lester's fail. The other dwarves, I got the 15 so far is the highest.
Nope.
And so they're all failing.
All right, so I'm going to be rolling damage on them.
I basically needed some nat 18s and up on that, but that didn't happen.
It's 35 damage of whatever type those weapons were.
Oh,
Which I guess is probably piercing.
They were slashing, but
Yeah.
35.
I do have
Oh.
resistance to slashing damage from my feature, by the way, there, Pat. So I don't know if you can factor that in.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to have some of your damage there. My bad. And it wasn't your fault because you I didn't actually say it. So 35. You hit them harder than they hit you.
No, I just peppered them with a whole 1,000 throwing axes. Basically, just peppered the area.
So I'm just taking down their health. Do you have any other actions on your turn? I'm gonna look back at your health here.
I am going to use my movement action to fly up in the air 50 feet.
Okay.
So I'm hovering over the battleground, so I'm definitely looking now full. It's my full sort of demonic self.
Okay, they're impressed, if they could be. And that's the end of your turn, right?
Yep.
Selena, after your friend's most impressive turns here, holding some in with the entanglement, raining down a rain of throwing axes, it is your turn. Eric is very, very close to death. The blood's coming out of his mouth. His smirk is all but gone away. It is your turn.
Okay. Selena is going to attack, but she's going to do non-lethal damage.
Oh, so nice. So kind.
It's what I do. What do you want from me?
He was planning
I
on
want a
raping
soul
you.
for it. I want a soul to eat, damn it.
But basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, it's going to be non-lethal damage, but it's going to look like it's actually, killing them kind of thing.
Okay.
So, assuming it hits, of course.
I think there's a bluff check to be made for
It
that.
hits. Yeah, let's throw in a performance check to see how much it looks like it kills him or not.
Okay.
But
Use deception or persuade or perform, depending on how you want
performance
to do it.
is like a physical persuasion in this case, you know. I think it's appropriate. But you definitely do enough damage. So
This next roll will be the perform
Okay.
check.
DC 14. It's fairly difficult, but
Yeah.
well, I don't care what the roll is. That was not going to be a good one.
Actually, I'm going to use my inspiration to reroll that.
Okay. Okay. DC 14 once again. So 11 and up. Oh.
So close yet so far.
It's so close. It looks like it, but some of the men have their doubts. But Eric gets knocked out. So at that point, Eric is out of the fight. Selena, is it the end of your turn?
Selena is just going to kind of glare menacingly at the remaining dwarves. Kind of staring them down.
Lester, I'm going to take Eric out of the combat initiative, but Lester on his turn goes, "Men, one of my brothers has fallen. We will avenge them. Stand with me." That's about as eloquent as he's been so far. He attacks Castiel twice with a 23 to hit and a 11. 23 is a miss.
If you tie me, it's a miss.
No, if I tie you, it's a hit.
Oh, it's a hit.
Yeah,
You
tie
counting
usually.
my +1 DC, Castiel?
Yeah. Because I don't have my sword. I mean, my shield.
Yeah, if you had your shield out, you'd be fine.
And so he hits you on the one blow and misses you by far on the second. So you take 30 points of damage slashing. Are you resistant to slashing?
Yes.
Ooh, you guys.
Yeah, I've been seeing what's been flying around. I'm like, okay, it's slashing damage. Sandria's gonna be resistant to slashing because she's not stupid.
And that's the end of his turn. So Castiel, it's your turn. I just gotta run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. But feel free to theorize.
Oh,
If it
these
was
guys are in for a world of pain soon.
Yeah, if it was 30 and I what? I'm sorry. He's trying to talk to me, but I can't talk with things in my ears.
Well, that went relatively well.
Okay. Let me get some stuff out here. Keep track of my papers.
Yeah, I was just telling her as I ran by. I was like, "Oh, I'm keeping track of health points," but she's like, "But by all means, you guys keep track as well. Your DM makes mistakes every once in a while, every couple months."
Okay, so I am casting. Oh no, what am I gonna do?
They're nicely lined up for a firewall.
No, but I'm
Cough,
still
cough.
thinking I may want to.
Firewall. I'm just joking.
I think. Where's that spell? Oh, 90 feet. I can double it.
Finger of fire.
I just don't know if it's worth entangling this guy again. I don't know who he's going to get. Oh, fuck it. Wildfire is going to be more fun. So, 60 feet across, so I can't technically reach that guy and that guy. So we're going to get, okay, so these 4 here. But what I'm going to do, because the wall is 20 feet long, Mr. Eric Darkbeard is also going to be in it. And the
he's
side of
gonna
the
be
wall
dead.
being like fire or whatever, going to be like facing us. So that way if they engage and disengage or whatever, they're walking in and out of it.
Okay.
So they need to make a let's see here, a deck save.
All 4 of them, eh? Well, not Eric. Eric, you want Eric to be caught in this as well, you're saying?
I think it's going to happen just because of the way the firewall's sized.
Okay.
Yeah.
They all fail their deck saves once again.
Ooh, barbecue. And a dead Eric, which means I get a soul.
So
Oh, that works. Selena went through. He's definitely now dead, the men think.
So we're doing, he's in a 5th level spell slot, so we're doing 5d8 fire damage plus 6. Because of my elemental affinity.
Well, ooh.
30 fire damage.
That's a pretty good roll.
And they unfortunately do not resist any of that. And Lester is brought down pretty low.
There's 1 extra d8 in there. I'm supposed to put 68.
So we'll roll another die 8.
Yeah.
Add it to the total.
Plus 5, 35.
There's definitely 5 bodies still left on the screen, but I'm just clearing it up there.
Okay, let's go.
Hey, I need my
soul body.
You let me know which souls you're aiming for, that's all. So I'm lowering all their health. Is that the end of your turn, Castiel?
What can I do? As a no, no, yeah, that's it.
Okay. Knuckle on his turn, realizing that the stinky one is now dead, points his wand of epic wonders over at Lester. Realizing nobody uses inspiration, I don't think he's going to give it out this turn.
No, I haven't had a chance. I haven't had need to use it yet.
What did he roll? A 31.
3164. You realize he's going to be allowed to use that thing until something really bad happens, and then at that point, it's like, nope, stop.
Lester is compelled to, through the force of the wand, he's compelled to, and he throws his axe right up against his forehead, hitting himself fairly badly, and he's now down to a very low amount of health. And Knuckles like, ha, yeah, that's awesome. And then he writes a couple notes about his success there. 3164, that's a fun one. And then it's the Darkbeard's turn. So the two entangled ones trying to get out. One rolls enough to get out, and the other one rolls almost enough to be halfway to getting out. And so the one who got out, just trying to escape the vines, runs forward, gets in Castiel's face. And so Lester, no, not Lester, but they're now actually all three of them going to approach Castiel. And so 6 swings against Castiel.
Oof. This is where the high AC is nice.
1 normal hit from the guy on the left. 2 misses from the guy directly north of Castiel. And 2 more misses from the other guy. So only 1 hit out of 6. And you take half the damage, bringing you down to just 8 damage. So
Gotta love resistance.
So I got you down to 253. Even though you've taken several hits, you're in no danger. And Xandria, here's your turn next.
All right. Well, I'm 50 feet up, so I'm going to actually come down about 20 feet or so.
Okay.
And angling, so I'm hovering basically 30 feet above the corpse of Eric.
Okay.
That's my move action. As a bonus action, I am going to proceed to take his soul, which I'm sure visually is going to look extremely disturbing.
So you take Eric's soul.
Yeah. And there's going to be other dead bodies for me to work with soon enough, so I'm going to see if I can get that little tidbit of information that he might have. That little one that you added in there.
The tidbit of information is that I gotta choose one. There's some interesting things here. The thing the most to the forefront of Eric's mind, other than the fact that he's not going to take Selena and Xandria as sexual slaves, is the thing that really stands out is that they're unable to get to the basement because something is lurking in the bathing pools. Something dangerous. And they've lost a few men to it. So that's the tidbit.
All right, so that was my bonus action, and now for my actual doodad. What do I want to do to these guys here? That sounds so dirty. All right. Let's see how many I can...
Throw them in the bathing pools. I don't know.
All right, let's see what's... I'm going to move that circle around a little bit there that I've drawn. I'm going to see how big it is. Right there.
What
So
are we
it's
doing
one,
with that?
It's going to be for those... Okay, so that is... Oh, that's still... Let me read that spell right quick there. I got to double check my radius because I think that'll be that too big.
everything has different radiuses and sizes, which is cool in some ways, but a pain in the ass in others.
So that I can see if you put it, put a little
I
bit.
need a 40-foot diameter circle. I don't need it. That's what I want, actually, so I need it less than 60. I made it 60 feet right now, basically.
It's about that.
Okay, now I can move it some more.
Yeah.
Like so. I'll let you determine how many is making reflex saves again.
There's two dwarfs that'll escape it. One just barely, and the one to the far right of Castiel will escape it. But the one that I'm moving here, the one definitely in here, and the one over here are all hit.
Oh, so 3 of them are getting cooked, huh?
Cooked, you say. So fail save. Fail save. They don't got dex. See, that's the problem. And the fail save. I can't roll above 15 when it's dex for them.
As a little beam of yellow light comes from down from my finger, centers in that middle of the circle, and a moment later, big kaboom of roaring fire. Delayed blast fireball goes off right away. I wasn't going to hold that and build it up.
So how delayed? Like next week?
No, not delayed like that. It's delayed blast, but it goes off when I either lose concentration or say go off now, which I'm doing right away.
Oh.
So it's just doing the base damage. Otherwise, I can build up more damage.
Okay.
And make it hit harder, but it's just still doing 12 die 6. I can't roll die 6s for shit tonight. That's a dice shaming roll right there. 3 1s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2s, and 3 3s.
Okay, well that's still enough to kill.
Xandria is looking at her finger right now and looking at the ground and her finger.
It's just enough to kill the 2 closest to you guys that are standing in the firewall as well, so they're just flamed right up. And the other guy over here, it's enough to bring him down severely, so to 28, so 62, 42. And he's way beyond his bloodied point now. So there it is. That's your bonus action, movement, and action. So I'm going to assume that's the end of your turn.
So that's the end of my turn there.
Selena.
I gotta just tell a friend about that roll that I just got in the die 6s.
I'm not gonna say you're hot, Selena, but the firewall and the delayed blast firewall have all been very close to you, so it's heating up. It's heating up.
I'm just gonna take a swing at the guy in front of me.
Okay.
With advantage.
With advantage.
Well, take multiple swings at the guy in front of me. You know what I meant.
Yeah.
Castiel does give you advantage by being in that position. So the first swing is a 25, it's a hit. The second swing is an 18, it's a hit. And the...
Actually, the second one was a crit.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say. And then so 2 hits and a crit. I don't think he's surviving. But I mean, let's...
Probably not.
Let's see how the rolls decide that.
So that's 3d8 plus 18.
Yeah, he's done.
Just for the base damage. So that's 33.
Leaving him with 15 health points.
Then it's the water damage times 3.
This is without even doubling the core middle damage, right?
Yeah. I mean, doubling a 1 would only get you 2, but you know.
Oh, I did see that. Okay. But the pluses would have been doubled, and we'll double this water middle as well. So it's another 2.
Which is also
2. 6, 7. And then, what's your plus to attack? It's 6?
Yes.
So another 6 would have been taken, and when it's all said and done, that guy right there is down to 1 health point. It looks like he's dead, but there's a 1.
I do still have my radiant damage, by the way.
Oh, crap.
Oh, here he goes.
Roll a 0.
Oops. So that's just a 2 damage. Rolled 2 too many TH there.
And another dwarf bites the dust. And
Damn.
And is that the end of your
That one
turn?
bites dust.
Then I'm going to actually.
The delayed fireball, I can remove that now. There's just the wall
Yeah.
left. He's entangled this guy over here, though. I just lost the entangle circle.
So what happened to the guy by the door?
I had forgotten to move him on their last turn, so he's down the stairs now.
Okay.
If you move into that last guy, he's entangled. So you will also have to...
He's actually not entangled anymore.
Oh, it doesn't last that long?
No,
it's when
All the fire.
Castiel casts.
Wall of fire. Oh,
Well, that and when Castiel recasts Entangle, it takes away the old one.
didn't recast entangle, but if that's concentration and wall of fire's concentration, then I appropriately deleted the entangle.
yeah.
By accident, but it was appropriate.
So I'm actually gonna move into this guy.
Okay.
And that puts me
Sitting on a
roughly
cactus.
10 feet away.
Ooh, that could be awkward.
Just saying it is awkward. Lester also has died, so they don't actually have a turn up next like the initiative turn order said. It is back down to Castiel. There's bodies all around you. 2 dwarves left on the scene.
I'm gonna.
I don't think you guys would plow through all these dwarves, but with scratches, even Knuckles barely hurt.
If I didn't have resistance to slashing, it would have been a lot worse for me.
That's true. You still probably wouldn't be bloodied though, so you guys have some
Okay.
good turns.
I'm gonna try and go for this.
Excuse me.
This guy right here.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit him with fire. So maybe make a con save.
Fail.
Okay, so sending hot searing energy his way, and he begins to blister and catch fire.
You need to kill him to get your elemental, but
I know, I'm gonna try.
It's quite a bit of damage that's coming his way if he failed to save.
60 fire damage.
$60. He is dead.
Yeah. And I got myself a little fire buddy. From his ashes rises a tiny fire elemental.
Just we imagine if we get to save up on those, you end up having like 9 or 10 of them.
That's what I'm hoping. I just have a little army following me eventually.
As long as you don't sick them on the wrong people, Selena's fine with it.
Yeah,
There is that.
I have to behave, or I lose my friend.
Otherwise, Selena's going to be playing baseball with your fire elementals again.
So there's Tiny there. So basically, is that the end of your turn?
I'm going to. Okay, how does this work? So I know that I can use bonus action. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So using meta magic, I'm going to quicken Firebolt so that I can cast it as a bonus action. And what level am I? So, alright.
No, because Finger of Death and is Firebolt sorry, cantrip? Yes.
Yes.
My bad. Go ahead.
Okay, so ranged spell attack. I'm gonna try and just hit the dwarf that's left there.
Okay. See what you get.
To hit.
18 is just to say enough for a hit, so roll your damage. It does, Selena. I agree. A little bit.
Ooh, 23 fire damage.
Very good. Bringing him down to less than half his health. And Knuckle.
Can I command my elemental yet?
No, next turn.
Okay.
And
Then I'm done.
so it's Knuckle's turn, and Knuckle this time uses his highest level spell slot to unleash a fury of magic missiles down his way. So that'll be a 4 plus 5, 9. For a total of 23 damage, rocking that guy over there and leaving him very close to death. And Knuckle then throws another point of inspiration over at this time Castiel. So Selena, Castiel, Xandria, you each have one. And
Thank you.
it is the last dwarf's turn, and he throws his attack over at Castiel. And he throws another attack over at Castiel. And he sighs as his death is incoming. Xandria, it is your turn.
All right. Well, I am going to.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
He's on the wall of fire.
Oh,
So I don't know if he has to make another dex
I hope he doesn't.
already in the wall.
If he hasn't moved out of the wall, then he's going to still get barbecued. If he
Good.
moved out of it, then
He rolled a 1, but it doesn't count as a dex save, as you guys stated.
Takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time on a turn or ends its turn there.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no idea if he gets another save.
Okay, but roll damage. He fails out of the way.
Okay. 6. 8.
But roll low.
What the fuck? Whoa. 44 fire damage.
that's a crazy ass roll of the die 8s there.
Yeah.
Wow. Didn't get any 8s on there, but 7, 7, 7, 5,
And the
7.
last dwarf falls.
As I'm going to go through our link and say there's something in the basement they're afraid of that's killed a few of their men. That's why they can't get down there. As
Yeah.
I'm going to drop down and land actually in the middle of those corpses and spend the next couple of rounds while dude goes and gets Bellator, whatever the thing is. And I'm going to eat some souls and get some spell slots.
And Xandria, I'm kind of observing you doing that. Kind of just interested. And when you're done, I just kind of take you aside just to speak with you for a moment. I wanted to give this to you earlier, but I forgot. I just hand you my Iron Mask of Speed, giving you +5 to movement and +2 to dex.
Well, thank you.
So you can put this on if you want. You can grab it off out that bandit cash.
This will certainly be most useful. Covers my face, but the benefits are too good to pass up.
Color's not bad. It's red and black from what I remember.
Black's good. The red isn't bad too.
So yes, this version actually does come in black.
And so as I'm setting up the scene below for them having a bit of warning, you guys, Xandria, you consume a couple souls. What are you doing with these souls?
I am getting spell slots because I know there's another fight coming.
So some of the souls that are still left in these bodies are from the combatants, so you get an extra 5 spell slots, which is scary.
On top of what I've used one. I've used my Arcanum, but I used one other one for the volley.
Yeah.
So that means I would have been down to 3 left, but I'm at actually 8
Okay.
slots for the moment. It's not going to
And-
last for long, but
And I'm just going to copy and paste you guys down into the next floor and move you guys down as we are getting poised to take a break here. And I'm also going to pause the recording. And so we'll be right back in maybe 3 to 5 minutes.
Gotta go there.
So we're coming back. We were just making some jokes ourselves and having fun. But welcome back. So we're going to jump right back into it. As you guys can see right here, you guys are kind of in the first level of the bunker. You can't see past what's beyond the door right next to you. There's another door or hallway down below. Of course, you guys can explore this room as you will.
I definitely want to investigate.
There may have been guards here moments ago, but they may be the guards you defeated up above.
I'm going to investigate. I'm also going to, before I do that, though, listen to see if I can hear anything happening.
Okay, perception.
Either further in.
Knuckles also going to use his perception. Knuckles sucks at
perception roll.
perception and rolls a 2.
Plus a d20 plus 11.
Knuckles putting his ear to the ground.
That 8 is actually a 10, so that's a 21 for my perception check.
Oh boy. You can hear on the other side of the door, right next to you, there's men, and they're whispering. You can't quite hear what they're saying even with your 21, but you can hear men shuffling about on the other side of that door.
I'll mention, of course, that through our Rary's telepathic bond that we have going, since I think is that still going?
I believe so. I think it's several hours, if I remember correctly.
It's 1 hour.
So 1 hour, but you're still good.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a bunch of guys on the other side of the door. I can't quite make out what they're saying, but they're trying to be quiet.
With them being on the other side of the door, is the door right in front of Xandria?
Now the door, if you can't see it, it's that door right there.
Right where?
Yeah.
All right.
There's another hallway down below here.
Well, I would move just like right to the door, kind of put my ear against it, and let me just look at how this spell works.
Now this would be an awesome spot for me to actually play around with that delayed blast fireball.
It'd also be fun to just Hulk smash the door in.
Oh yes, but the way I would do it if I still had the delayed blast fireball is I'd get the bead out there, amp it up for, close to a minute, not quite, and then roll the bead under the door.
Oh, you know what? Okay, I don't do anything when I go up to the door because I have to actually see the person. I was going to try to detect thoughts, but I don't know.
Still listen at the door though and see if you can make out more stuff.
Yeah, maybe you confirm what Xandria is saying. It's hard. It's a big, thick wooden door, but you're sure you hear something. You're not quite sure what beyond the door.
Heck of it. Let me do an investigation or perception.
Yeah, investigation ain't gonna get you nowhere. Whoa! What?
One of the
20. So it's an 18 there that she rolled on the first one, which is one we'd take. So a total of 20.
unnatural 20.
So you hear again, like your ears right up to the door. You hear what seems to be moving men, perhaps getting ready on the other side of the door. They're not whispering at this moment. You can't hear anything more, but you can confirm what Xandria heard earlier.
Okay. One thing that I would suggest, we're talking about a delayed fire blast.
Yeah, well, I can't do that right now because I can only do it once per day, basically.
I can do a good old normal fireball and using magic.
I would take the door out then pretty good. That's one way of doing it if we want to do that option. I've got a thought, though.
Oh, and Knuckles says, whoa, there's some stuff on these shelves. And he starts filling his pockets with rations and jewelry.
Just a quick question, but what are these things? Are they like manhole covers or are they pillars?
Pillars, columns.
I figured they're pillars. That's why I went right beside one is doing the old pillar hump thing.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure.
No, good call, good call.
All right, but what I am going to do myself here...
In this room, you still can't see everything quite. But of course, Castiel, since you got in position, I forget that Castiel's got amazing vision. So let me reveal the rest of this room here.
Yeah, I can see them forever.
You can see down below there's some chests and some armor sitting on some stands there.
I am going to move up by Castiel, and I'm going to take the time to write a little note, which I will then slide under the door. Dear dwarves, your bosses are dead. I understand you have a monster in the basement that has been killing a few of your number as well. I suggest, if you want to remain breathing, and alive and well, that you open this door and surrender. Thank you, Xandria.
What language do you write it in?
I will write. I can read any language. I will write it in Common, since that's how you're talking to us.
And they speak common, but they grab this note, and on the other end you see like you hear paper like being grabbed, and then it's silent, and it's silent, and it's silent. Then you hear like, hey, I think it says apple, and then, no, we should bring it to the boss. And you have a feeling that they're arguing and they can't read it.
Oh, I don't think I can read it at all.
Knuckles
Never
filling his
mind.
pockets nearby, and he almost empties the shelf. Oh, guys, there's a whole big bag of jewelry here. I think there's like 1,000 gold worth, but it's okay. I'll keep it. I'll keep it.
You'll keep it safe for us.
But guys,
And you get your share too.
he passes you each though. But look at this. There's some potions on this shelf, and he starts moving down to this one, and he passes each of you 3. He keeps 1 for himself, but he passes each of you 3 2d10 plus 5 healing potions.
Ooh, nice. Oh, these are nice. I like these. These are good.
He takes a little sip of them. Oh, these are good. This is good stuff.
3 die 10 plus how much?
Plus 5.
I would move over to the
2d10 plus 5. Sorry, not 3. You get 3 of them. 2d10 plus 5.
I just move over to the opposite shelf from him just to see what else is there, because now he's piqued my interest.
Oh, you find the assortment of jewelry here, and Knuckle hands you over a bag. Grab all that stuff. You see tiaras, crowns, earrings, rings, and just loose jewels worth approximately. Knuckle's like, that's like another 1,000 gold worth. I can keep it for you.
Selena's gonna move to the armor sets and see what's up with them.
Knuckle
Yeah,
moves
mice.
down with you.
Yeah, I am going to not stay by the door at the moment. Although, actually, before I go leave it there, I'm going to do a quick, quiet check. Is the door locked?
The door appears not to be locked.
Interesting.
The locking mechanism is from this side.
I am going to lock
Lock
it.
them out so we can check out this stuff.
I am going to lock the door on them, basically.
Okay. And so as
So,
you guys check around through the chests, you guys find there's some plate armor and some good quality weapons of all sorts. There's also some chainmail and some studded leather.
Ooh,
So
I'm interested in the plate mail.
I won't lie. I might be interested in the studded leather.
as you guys go through the chest, you also find up to 1,500 gold pieces.
The bandits were pretty well set up here.
And of course, at least 98 rations and 40 water skins.
Wow, this place is pretty
Somebody's setting up for the apocalypse.
I like this bunker, actually. I'm thinking that we might appropriate this if we set up a mirror here.
Yeah, I agree. Pretty sweet
It's
spot.
underground. There's dark places, which I like. It's, locations, good if we in context of having a mirror.
I'm writing
So
jewelry wrong here.
this is full plate mail, right?
It is full plate.
Cool.
Ooh, I think Selena's just had the going ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, pretty much.
And last but not least, a magical serrated black dagger
Ooh, I am checking that out.
in a jewel-infused magical flute that looks way too fancy for a flute.
I can check this stuff out.
Knuckle
Knuckles.
identifies both of them using
Never mind.
using his cantrip of identify, of course, as a chronicler.
Lucky guy. That means I don't have to worry about taking a whole time setting up a circle and candles for identification.
And the dagger of death, as it is called,
That really sounds like it's got my name on it.
is a
Yeah.
+2 dagger with a 1d8 necrotic damage as a bonus damage to it.
Okay, I gotta write that down. So, E of death. I'd love to attune to that, of course, but that's gonna be a +12.
Right? I'm just going to write that out. And then the flute of inspiration, which after identifying Nako quickly grabs up, by using an action, gives inspiration to the entire party.
Oh wow!
That's bardic inspiration, right?
Bardic.
That's what I thought. Just wanted to make sure.
I should use that on my perception check because I still have it from.
And so you guys could refer to the chat here for everything you guys were just given access to, of course. And after going through the chests here and taking some inventory, and if someone wants to write it all down, or if you guys want to split it, this kind of be the time to decide. Because Knuckle won't even take the one bag of jewelry, just so you guys know what's in your inventory. One of you guys can be the quartermaster and write it down, or you guys could just split it now, but it'd probably be easier if someone writes it down.
What are the specs on studded leather, by the way?
I've got it all written down.
Studded
What
leather
color?
is 12 plus AC. It's
12 plus.
Yeah,
Oh.
and it's got banded colors, so it's darkened, like almost like dark brown leather. Very dark.
Yeah, wrong.
Yeah, it's 12 plus dex modifier to AC.
Oh, give me extra 2 points of armor over what I have right now.
Could always dye it.
It does weigh 13 pounds.
That is a bit heavy. I mean, says I when I've still got, not bad strength.
And of course, I'm going to stop the music.
The music?
Yeah.
It's gone in circles about 8 times now, I think.
I can hear it.
Ooh, different music now.
Xandria music.
Yes.
But you guys are now equipped. You found a hall that's worth. Normally, other adventurers would have found this place, killed all those dwarves, would probably be leaving now. But you
But
still
we know
don't
there's
have
more.
Ikurei.
I have somewhat of a plan, and I'm wondering if it's executable. My tiny elemental, would he be able to, like, say, squeeze through the doorway, like, let's say, like, crack at the bottom of the door to the other side?
He tries, but no, he cannot.
I can always unlock it and you can throw him through.
So what I'm thinking is, I'm going to. We'll have to do this part first because I can only do this as a ritual. But I would use. Can I use beast sense? Like, is my elemental a beast?
He is not.
Elementals are their own classification. They're actually elementals.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be okay.
Here's Johnny.
Okay, never mind. I have no plan.
Plan evaporated.
Yeah.
2 bags of gold worth. So jewelry, 1,000. That's a lot of. Wow.
Feel free
Spell
to
components for everyone.
feel free to add some to your character for flavor, but the vast majority, Nako will sell if you guys don't.
Yeah, well, I'm going to grab something out of there, so a skull pendant if there is one. Since
Yeah.
I have been without something like that for some time now.
Nako says, "Oh, that one's barely worth anything." Sure, take it.
I had kind of assumed when I went to the other shelf and saw the bag, I had grabbed it, but would he be carrying both?
He'll hand it over. Nako is definitely a loyal group member. He's not about hoarding it. and he's also scared of you guys sometimes.
Well, just if he's planning on selling both.
Oh, of course, it's up to you guys. But if you get me to go do the negotiating, most likely I'll get a good deal.
Yeah. And if there's a tiara of some sort that's suitably, darkish, I'll grab that too. Good to have a stage prop.
Yeah, there's one with like dark onyx like jewels in it.
Oh, onyx tiara, nice. That'll be all I take from the gems.
Selena looks through the jewelry and kind of like looks for a necklace with any kind of green on it.
Yeah, there's one with a very big emerald in it. It's worth at least 200 gold. Knuckles says though, don't be taking that one. That could be, depending on the person I could sell that to. I could get like 500 alone for that one, 200 maybe if I back in Lothbrook. But if we travel, this could be worth pretty penny.
So I'll keep looking for another one.
Well, I mean, Selena, you might as well wear it for now. It looks great on you, right between your tits. He's staring.
Selena just kind of rolls her eyes.
But
It'd be one of those things of through the link that I was like, Knuckle.
oh, I
Not
mean,
a burlesque performer.
sorry, I apologize. Between your cleavage.
Knuckle!
What? That's appropriate. No, sorry.
It looks great on you.
Oh,
End of sentence, period. No clarification of where it is located.
even though Selena
That's not-
probably hears
not
this
quite.
too, that Xandria is the best.
Oh, totally.
Knuckle corrects himself. It just looks great on you. Oh, shit.
Better.
So no, Selena's going to look for a different one.
As it was a very, very quiet for all there from Xenia. Oh, she does have nice boobs. Oops.
Well, what door are we gonna go through? I mean, burst through.
We have the one door that I can tell, which is where I'm up right
Oh
now.
yeah, sorry. Let me.
Are there more doors?
Right there.
Well, I would move up to it and have a listen.
Door, more door, and gone door.
And actually, no, I would first check to see if it's locked.
That one.
I would like to.
That one is locked from the other side. It seems.
I would like to take a look to see if it's got any nasty surprises waiting
Hmm.
for us if we try to poke around with it.
You listen, and there's faint whispers on the other side. They stop, but every once in a while, you're pretty sure there's men on the other side of this door too. But it's hard to tell.
For my perception.
Is the door trapped? Is the door booby trapped?
The door doesn't seem to be trapped, and while the lock mechanism is on the other side, like I said, it is not locked at the moment. Which, in and of itself, you may think is a trap. Castiel, what was your nat 20 there? That was perception?
Yeah.
You hear on the other door. You hear on the other side of the door, even though it's faint whispers, you hear, Baltor, should we wait for them or should we move? And then another voice deep, no, we wait.
Did you say it was or was not locked?
It doesn't. The locking mechanism on this door is on the other side, but it is not locked.
So I just do the link share. They're waiting for us to attack.
We can always oblige them. Just open the door standing to one side and we can let fly some artillery through it.
Hey, Baltor, they got a letter on this other side. They say they killed your brothers. They did what? Tuk, 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 tuk. The door opens. Baltor is standing on the other side of the door right in front of you guys. You killed my brothers? This note here, I think it says, you think you could help us now? How dare you? Explain yourselves.
Well,
These are definitely redneck.
didn't want to get into a fight initially, but Eric and Lester didn't really give us much choice.
Well, I mean,
And they're gone now as a result. And you read between the lines of that little letter there that I sent you. You have a couple of choices here, ultimately. You can follow in the footsteps of your brothers, which I don't recommend because it means you'd be quite dead. Or you can, lay down your weapons, surrender, we'll let you go, and you can live to fight another day.
Roll persuasion.
All right. And my clock is trying to piss the dwarves off, I'm sure. Okay. That one.
Roll that one again.
The odds of that are fairly slim, but you never know. It's not a 1.
26. Well, maybe you're right. Maybe this is not the day to fight. But I shall not ask my men to lay down their weapons. If you feel that treasure that you've taken is yours, and that you can find your friend possibly still alive in the basement, we shall move on ourselves. This place is cursed. These prisoners are yours. But allow me and my men to leave with our equipment, and there shall be no fight.
I'll just sort of, through our link there, it's like, Selena? Is he bullshitting me?
I'm gonna do an insight roll when I find it on my damn sheet.
Well, roll a d20 and let me know what your plus is after, I guess. Because the d20 will determine it.
Yeah, so I really don't want to see that 1.
I do still have a point of inspiration, although you can't reroll ones, so...
Yeah.
Oh!
Son of a bitch!
You said it! You said it!
You think that he's definitely 100% telling the truth? You have 0 doubts.
So Selena relays this information and kind of shrugs.
Of course, you guys don't know Selena rolled a 1.
Yeah. Very well, then. I will stand to the side, although I'm not going to... And they can leave.
And his men do leave, and some other men come through the door behind him, and they leave and they laugh. They say, this place is cursed. Good luck. And one of them drags out a dead centaur behind them. Well, he's already dead. And they leave. Baylor says as he's leaving, "For killing my brothers, may your days be cursed. But for letting us free, honor to you." And Baltor and his men leave.
I'll just give him a nod at that point.
But the one didn't steer you astray. I always meant for them to leave. They were very well persuaded by Xandria. And
I was worried that the one was going to be Selena's going to say, "Oh, they're bullshitting 100% when they're actually telling the truth." Because that would have made my life a lot more difficult.
And I'm actually going to lift the fog of war now, giving you guys some time to explore. And before you guys go down into... Oh.
We still recording?
We are now back recording. They're going to see an error, and then they're not going to know exactly how much time passed. So now that you guys have access to the base, you can see where the pool is. You notice there used to be stairs going down right here after the tavern, but they've kind of caved in.
That might be worth investigating some more, actually.
And but up, you guys can see you guys got a few prisoners there, and a couple prisoners have died. And there used to be something kept in a prison filled with water, but now there's just a body in there. And as you guys look through each of those doors, That's what you guys can see. And of course, some of these you were told about. But what would you guys like to do next?
I would go to one of the bodies and do a death recall.
So which one? Move your character over to where you would like to investigate.
Yeah. I said I would just, for my part, will at some point recommend that we deal with the monster in the basement. That's been sooner as opposed to later.
From within this room, what can I see?
There's no bodies in that room, but if you look up now, because there's no fog of war, you can see there's some prisoners. Some of them are dead, where the X's are. In the room filled with water, you can see some bodies, but definitely that room is still far enough apart that it's hard to do anything about the bodies without going in. But you tell me what the range of death recall is.
It's touch, but I can...
Meta magic that, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I can extend the touch spell out 30 feet.
Well, you might be able to communicate with some of the bodies in the cells, but the bodies in the water, you would not. Unless you go in the room itself.
Not yet, no. But I guess I would go through this doorway.
Okay.
I would have to.
Feel free, you guys can all move about, and I'll come to you guys each in a second here.
And this side of the pillar, I can reach. Yeah. So I'll get just this first masked bandit here.
And
Meanwhile, that's happening. I'm going to go and peek in to see find someone that's alive that's not a weird and creepy ood thing.
And so when I cast the death recall, I go into a trance and I relive the final 10 minutes of this masked bandit's life.
And you chose a very good positioning as the oods come closer to the door, eager for something, you're not quite sure what. But your positioning is very good, and you cast it on the bandit. You could see through the door, and you could see in its final moments they were tearing each other apart. They looked to have lost all senses and control, and something was making them do it, and they killed each other. And as they were ripping out each other's organs and tearing through their skins, each of them died very painfully.
Ooh, nasty.
Do I know that there's ood in there?
You do. The men would have told you. And just
Okay.
looking through the bars, you can see some strange faces even 40, 50 feet away.
And I just actually remember back in Lothbrook when I was talking to all the townsfolk about the different quests and whatnot, and one with the treasure in the Ood land or whatever it was, that they had psychic powers. And so I would tell Xandria to keep cover and to watch out for someone.
Okay. Xandra, you speak to one of the bandits on the other side of the door, and he says, "Ah, it looks like you got rid of the dwarves. You should let me go free now."
Well, that might be on the cards.
Let
A
us
couple
take...
questions for you, though.
Oh, yes. But
Yeah. Do you know anything about the monster in the basement, if you will?
The boss used to call it, good old Kesh used to call it his old spider squid. But what do you mean in the basement? We used to keep that over to the cell on the right.
Well, may have gotten loose. Hard to say. Doors certainly lost a couple of their number to it from what they were saying.
Well, if that's so, you're gonna need my help. Of course, I know all about that creature.
Oh, really? Really? Well,
Yeah. Plus,
In that
this is our
case-
base, and I know my way around, being that it's our base.
Yeah, I think we can work with that. Just who did you say the leader was? Kesh?
Kesh, yes. He should be back soon. He was just gone to go catch some bandits. Some oh sorry, I mean some heroes.
Ah, well, I'm gonna hold up the mask. This wasn't his money chance, was it?
What? You traded Kesh for his mask? The dumb bandit says.
I didn't trade him. No.
You stole it from him then?
No,
I'll
no,
kill you
no,
myself.
From the other side of that door?
Let me free and we'll fight with whatever honor you have left.
Oh, tempting, but pause and just sit back and think for a moment. This is something I don't think Kesh would want to trade.
But
nor would he really let that be stolen from him. He was wearing this when I saw him. Yeah.
no.
And he decided to pick a fight that really wasn't a good idea for him to pick.
Oh,
So,
are you telling me you convinced him you're one of us and he gave it to you?
Oh, you are dense. No, he picked a fight that he shouldn't have picked. And he paid the price for it. You know how it works with bandits. So, yeah. Your boss is dead.
No. What?
Now, you have the option here of, following suit and being dead with him. Which I can accommodate that, no problem. I really, really, really don't have any issue with that at all. Or you can make good on what you're saying earlier and be useful.
I will.
And you won't end up dead.
He grabs the bars, he approaches it, and yells out as loud as he can, This wicked bitch, he says, she killed Kesh. Don't give her anything that helps her. Other men approach the bars. Yeah, we'll escape, we'll kill yous all.
You guys. Threatening me from the other side of the bars, where you guys are trapped right now, really not a good idea.
It's not a good idea that you killed Kesh.
He's gonna kill us. Didn't have much choice.
You got lucky. You won't get lucky if you let me free, he says.
I'll show you how lucky I am. And I am going to be rather mean.
So
Let's just check the range on that. Too many spells in the spell book, or in the spell section. I think it's a 30-foot range. Yeah, 30-foot range. So, yeah, a dude who's being all defiant and inciting the rioting that I've been talking to all this time, he's going to make a con save. Or possibly not.
Fail.
Fail. All right, he's taking some damage.
Weakened by the lack of food and
Oh,
water.
wow, that's a pretty nice roll. I turn around, so he's taken 41 points of necrotic. And probably screaming horribly because it's blight.
And he dies and shrivels up.
All right. Well, I've used up some power. I'm just going to make a point here, being very audible, as I said. And time to recharge the magic a little bit that I just used. I'm going to take a soul.
Knuckle feels very similar. He's like, yeah, these bandits, they're no good. They can't be trusted.
Whoa, Knuckle!
Oh, that's not good. You see the nearby room as a pirate ship is supposed to land on these two men. Or a ship, sorry, not a pirate ship, but the room explodes with splinters and wood and chaos and blood. And Nako goes, well,
I was gonna try and talk to those two and see if they'd see reason.
well, they didn't.
They saw, but
He backs up slowly. Whoa, that wand of mine.
Yeah, I might want to be careful with that. On the other hand, they're dead now.
No more
I might
bandits to deal
let
with.
them go to waste.
Hold on a second. After that room explode with blood and splinters and all that other fun stuff, Selena is gonna come over, and she's gonna touch one of the dead bandits, and she's gonna use Touch of the Believer, bringing them back to life.
He's banging up against the door. Let me out! There's something poking into my ribs.
Oh, I thought he was done for.
Please!
What can I say? I'm a miracle worker.
Well, get him out of there. Get him out of there.
So we'll let him out.
I don't know. The other dead one, I might as well just add another spell slot.
I don't know what happened. Like something just exploded into the room after I saw an old man's face with a funny beard. Nako goes, well,
that won't be.
I
about 6 extra spell slots.
I'm just I was just a new recruit for the bandits. I have nothing to do with any of this. I thank you for my life, he says, dear maiden. I beg you for my freedom.
Well, maybe not your freedom, as we'd like to ask you some questions first.
Well, anything.
Selena looks at Xandria and nods him over, or her over.
Oh, head on over. All right. So you've seen the fact that we can be nice, and you've also seen what happens when we're not so nice.
Oh, yes.
Selena glares at Xandria at this point, like, some of us are quite nice, thank you very much.
Well, that's what I mean. You're nice. I was having some issues with one of them being rather defiant and inciting the others to be defiant, so I put a stop to that.
So did I, Nako says.
Yes, I didn't want quite that to happen, but anyways, I digress. All right, good bandit. You might be new here, but I'm sure there's whatever you can tell us about the base here, about whatever other prisoners are around,
Well,
would be most useful.
we kept another prisoner up here. It was a couple of weeks ago, but he tried to escape, and while it almost looked like he wanted to be caught, I always thought, the boss thought, no, he was trying to get away. So we put him in the basement, and we don't keep too many supplies in the basement, just an extra prison room and that big old mirror, and certainly he didn't seem too upset when we put him down there, but he's been down there for a while, and if that's who you guys are looking for, you'd have to get through the bathroom the bathing room, and I've heard screams coming from that area. The dwarves have had no luck, I think, getting down there, but it's hard to tell from the prison as he's stretching out his arms and legs.
Well, I understand that your boss had a pet.
I was never allowed to see it. Of course, we fed some of the slaves to it, some of the less prettier ones, and but
oh, careful.
What do you mean? I just speaking the truth. If you feed it sometimes it would behave, but I of course I've never seen it with my own eyes. I hear it's got tentacles that stretch about 50 feet far, as the men say, but I don't know about that.
Well, you're not the only one who's mentioned something along those lines. I'm inclined to think there's a certain degree of truth here to what you're saying.
So I've helped. Let me go.
I would suggest you do go, but you might want to reconsider your career choice.
Yeah, I mean, the bandits. It hasn't worked out for me yet. Maybe I should try being a pirate, or I mean, a merchant. A merchant, maybe.
Trust me, we've run into pirates as well, and pirating won't do any better for you. An honest living as a merchant would definitely be something to consider.
Maybe
I might even be willing to help you get started in that regard.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How?
I'm going to go look at Knackle for a moment there. All right, got the bag of gems there, Knackle?
I see where you're going with this.
Just doesn't need to be anything too fancy. It's just something worth about 25 gold or so.
He hands over enough to give that man a good start. Sighs a little bit.
Here you go. You might want to consider. You could head. It'll be a bit of a travel there for you. A bit of risk, but you know where Lothbrook is?
Well, it's a little bit to the northeast of here. A couple days, maybe a week.
Yeah, well, probably about a week or so. Travel up that way, and with what you have there, you should be able to make a start there, a good, honest start, and just let them know that that Xandria sent you up that way. And now, if when I return I discover that you have not made good on making a good start, you're going to wish that you had died here. Believe me. Did I make myself clear?
We do.
I'll give him a big, sweet sunshine smile.
He looks back at you. He looks back at Castiel and his elemental. Looks back at Knackle. Looks back at Selena. Well, my name has been Fellows. I owe you guys my life. Thank you for this start. I'll see you back in Lothbrook if I make it. And he starts heading back down the hallway.
Actually, before
Let's
you
hope
go,
he has enough foresight to avoid the ood cage.
Oh, the oods, you're right. And just before he falls into that trap, I had the dice in hand. He goes around.
better.
And what is your next step as a group?
Before we go any further, I would do another death recall on the masked bandit right here.
Oh,
Just
the one in the puddle.
And in what seems to be a puddle. I'm curious.
You see, this masked bandit had been disobedient. You could feel it in his thoughts, in his death recall. He was being sent here as a punishment. And as the door opened for him to be fed to the creature, it killed him more like for sport. Pride opened the door, it was trying to be closed. And you could see in his dying eyes, as light was being sucked out of him, that the creature was bursting through the doors, surprising the nearby guards. And it escaped.
Beautiful.
Escape from that cell.
Yeah, you saw it. It's like a massive body with multiple tentacles and one giant eye.
So it went from that cell to the pool?
You don't know. His vision ends there.
I don't get his vision.
He busted out of that cell for sure, and that's all that guy saw.
So, like, the bandit was in the same cell as the monster?
He was being fed to them because he had been disobedient
Bad.
to Kesh. and that was kind of his death punishment, how he was going to die. They needed to feed the creature every once in a while, but he used the opportunity of that feeding to escape.
Yeah. So I would say it's pretty safe to say that the creature's probably in that bathroom. In there.
Okay. Will he fit in this tiny room?
It probably was a little cramped, though.
Yeah.
Good chance of it. Oh, I'd say, what? Hey, Selena, what's up over there?
Selena is kind of intrigued by what she's heard about the Ood.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
This can't end well, but I mean, she'll check him out.
Oh, dear.
Oh, Selena, roll a wisdom save.
You know that I can't be charmed, right?
That
So
might be very
you
useful.
feel something probing deep into your mind. You feel like tentacles wrapping around your brain, but they can't get in. You just feel it. You feel dirty. You feel slimy, but you feel in full control.
The save was 22 anyway.
Would have been good enough. But as you stare these things in the eyes across their door, they seem surprised you haven't fallen to their power.
Okay, I just want to reword that. It's not that I can't be charmed. I'm immune to fear, and I can't be charmed in any way that alters my will or allegiance.
So in this case, they're not affecting you. Plus, you passed the save, and they're looking at you. And in your mind, you hear, "Let us free of this place. Let us free."
No, you can stay right there.
No. Well, that was fun.
I was curious.
There's a reason why
So-
everything's dead in nearby cells, yeah.
So how are the
Yeah.
Ood doing there, Selena? I saw you go and just say hi, which was surprising.
I feel fine,
Oh, good, good.
says with a big smile on her face.
I would say I think our next step is to deal with the proverbial monster in the basement, which is only it's a monster in the bathroom. And we better be ready for a fight.
Would our telepathic bonds still be up? Would an hour have passed?
I'd say it probably would have passed by now.
Probably would have passed with all these conversations, all the actions, yeah.
How
Okay.
close am I to losing all my extra spell slots?
Very,
Well, I've
very,
got two.
very close.
I would say we get going soon, because otherwise I'm going to lose a lot of firepower. I don't want to go to waste.
I'm just going to use convert some sorcery points to regain a 5th level spell slot, and I'll recast our telepathic bond. So we're good for another hour.
Before we head into any battle or anything, I'm going to put up Shield of Faith on myself.
You got your full plate on, so now you can adjust your armor
So
class. If you
The
haven't already.
decision
already.
is who's going in first, or if there's multiple, who's going in first together.
I have my shield up too.
I'd say our
So my-
shield bearers go in first.
My AC is actually 25 if I'm still getting the bump from Selena.
Yeah, the ore is still up.
I've got an AC of 16 right now, thanks to Selena's shield. I haven't put the studded leather armor on at the moment.
And as
So my AC will be 23 now.
you see water bubbling right about here, but at that very, very same time, as the hands of the clock begin to strike. Oh no, never mind, just the one.
Now it's a half hour.
And you notice, if I can actually access my token screen here, 1 second. You actually notice some tentacles sprouting up right beside you guys here. And everybody roll initiative. And the creature shows itself.
Ooh, I'm going slow.
I'm
My
not.
initiative. All right, I'm gonna be starting to fire off a lot of firepower through that door using the ones that I'm about to lose first. 'Cause I'm up to actually, thanks to the other 2 prisoners that I got, I used one, but I gained 2 more. So I'm up to 6 extra slots right now on top of my 3 that I've got left from before. So I've got 9 spell slots to burn through, and I get the feeling that we're going to need them.
So Xandria initiative is 8.
Yes, I rolled kind of poorly on
Knuckles
that.
rolling 16 plus 3, 19. He's got some good ones today. Castiel is 15 is the highest. Selena is 23. Very, very good. And then the creature itself gets advantage by surprising you guys.
Can't be surprised.
Can't be surprised, but it can. And Spider Squid goes first. What a natural 20 on the first die either way. Second one wasn't good. Well, it wasn't better than a 20. It was good still. It was a 14. So the squid goes first, and its 2 tentacles attack first.
Yeah. For Whom the Bell Tolls. That was my Tuesday closing song at Future Shop.
Selena, you take at best a 15 to attack from the first tentacle. Castiel, you take at best a 22 to attack, and with your shield, I believe that is you're gonna get some tentacles banging up against your shield and nothing else. The spider itself spits out some acid at both of you guys, giving you guys both a con save.
Ooh, that's a good one for me.
Yeah, me too.
I'm glad you 2 went first.
Oh, fuck. I rolled a 1.
Oh,
Look at the 11, but I rolled a 1.
so you will take
That's-
double damage.
That's gonna hurt.
It is, it is gonna hurt.
Ooh, yeah, you failed that one.
Selena, your con save was 23? No, sorry. So
That was my, yeah. So I fail as well.
So Selena, you're gonna take 50 points of damage. Castiel, you're gonna take 100 points of acid damage.
Ooh.
All warm and tingly inside.
Yeah, I bet.
Not in a good way.
I'm gonna zoom in the map a bit there so I can figure out the size of this thing. Ooh, it's about 40 feet across, huh?
Selena, it is your turn.
You said that was 50 points?
Yep.
So that's 180 left by my count.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I got.
Okay. Well, with the buffs already up and everything, Selena will all-out attack, I guess.
Against the tentacle, or
Yes, against the tentacle.
okay.
I mean, I'm assuming this thing is rather large, but not big enough for me to keep within the tentacle's threat range and get into melee with the large thing.
Not without an attack of opportunity, no.
That's what I thought. Okay, so... is your granting me advantage thing up, Castiel?
No, it's not in actual contact with that tentacle that you're fighting, so no.
Too far.
Okay, so...
It's within 5 feet of Castiel as well, I believe is the rule. So no.
Okay, so is 23 a hit?
It is a hit on the tentacle, absolutely.
Is... No, that's a fail. God damn it.
Well, you got 1 hit at least before you...
That'll mark the end of your turn on the second hit. But the first
Yep.
hit, you might be surprised.
Oh my god, so many ones.
I'm enjoying.
Ah.
I'm enjoying your ones.
It's the other side of all those 20s.
So that's that. That does end my turn, but I do still get the water damage and the radiant damage.
That's right.
So that's the water damage.
Doing absolutely nothing to the creature, but the radiant
That's
does.
the radiant damage.
I think I know what I do want to use on this thing.
And it's hurt the tentacle, but it's still up for a fight, and it's Knuckles' turn now. Knuckle pulls out his flute. Wait a minute, I'm not attuned to this. And he points his wand of epic wonders at the spider squid itself.
What's the size of that?
6023. That's so funny. The spider squid now realizes, due to Knuckles' wand of epic wonders, that the universe itself was hatched from a single egg, and it sits there and ponders and loses its next turn.
Nice. That is actually really good.
That's exactly what I love that thing. And Knuckle then writes some notes down and gives some inspiration over to Castiel, whose turn is next.
Okay, how tall is the ceiling in this room?
It's the ceiling is about 30 feet up.
Okay, I'm gonna try it. So, I'm going to cast. I'm gonna give myself some wings.
Okay.
Oh, you're drinking a Red Bull.
I'm gonna mark some wings on your character here.
Rule-wise, do I need to be like, say, if I want to cast while I'm flying, do I technically need to be able to hover?
No.
Then-
Some rules would say yes, but no.
Okay, so I'm gonna give myself butterfly wings.
Okay.
And
you're gonna fly up.
You're gonna grant me the ability to flutter, so I move in an erratic fashion. So while in the air, any creature targeting me with a melee or missile attack are at disadvantage.
Okay.
You're getting a very clear projection through the link of a wrist suddenly going limp.
Okay, and you fly up.
I fly up and
Take an attack of
Cast
opportunity
your
versus the
butterfly
tentacles, who attack with disadvantage and miss.
Nice. Yeah.
okay. So then next, using meta magic, I'm going to quicken my cantrip Firebolt, so it's a bonus action.
Okay.
And I'm going to attempt to hit the spider itself.
Very good.
For 23 to hit.
That's a hit.
It'll take 3d10
Oh
plus
boy.
6.
That's fire damage too, huh?
Yeah, 22 fire damage.
Which may be hurtful to this thing. We don't know.
So it
Hopefully.
takes 44 damage. So there you go. You'll see some health disappear from its health.
Oh, wow. That's...
And Castiel, that's the end of your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Xandria.
I like my spot by the door very well right now since I've not been attacked by anything.
Okay.
And how far away is that from me? I gotta check the distance on that. It's about 60 feet away,
Yeah.
which is just to say the range on the spell that I wanted to use. As I am going to wind up and use up one of my extra soul slots there on a Shadow Flame Strike
Oh boy.
on the spider squid itself.
Okay.
So it is going to do a reflex save. Or dexterity, sorry.
All right. It's got a +4 to that. 1822.
It made it, so it's going to take half damage. So I'm going to roll the 4d6 radiant first, or not radiant, necrotic. So it's Shadow Flame.
Necrotic, okay. So it's actually going to take half. I was about to say Shadow Flame,
So-
it's going to take normal then. But no, it's necrotic, okay.
It's the necrotic is going to be, take half of the 13. So
Okay.
6 basically. Or
We'll
however
say
you wanna
7,
do it.
we'll round it up, yeah.
And I'm going to do the 4d6. There.
Fire
She'll take
coming
half, but then that gets doubled, so it's going to just take the 4d6 basically.
up. Okay.
That's a better roll on 4d6.
There you go. It's
So
hurting.
16 fighter damage.
And is that the end of your turn?
Yep, that'll be the end of my turn for now.
Because of Knuckle, it does skip its turn. And we go down to Selena. Now, Selena, you get a point of inspiration for messing with the Ood. Castiel and Xandra, you would get a point of inspiration for your actions as well with the prisoners and everything that's happened so forth. But Xandra, without using any, you're
I'm already capped.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But Selena, it is now your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna try and attack the tentacle again.
Okay.
Does a 17 hit?
The tentacle, yes.
Okay, a 14 probably doesn't.
14, let me see here. I gave it, it's right on their thing, you might be able to see. No, 17 was just say enough for a hit, a 14 doesn't.
Okay. And
One more
then
swing.
An 18.
That will hit.
Yep. So that's 2d8. Wait a second.
You're
Those
doing...
were d8s, not d20s.
Yeah, I was like, what is going on here? A 17, so, yeah. I'm gonna let you
Gotta
That's
redo.
roll your miss again.
Yeah, considering you hit with the 2 of the tie 8s there.
Jesus.
A
So 3
19.
hits.
So 3 hits.
Die 8 plus.
I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Oops.
Funny thing is, it still hit. Okay, so 3d8 plus 18. 39
nice.
damage.
And the water
Tentacles are
doesn't
gone.
matter.
Okay. Then it would be. So I can move here, and it would be within threat range and
Yeah.
not be attack of opportunity from the tentacle.
No.
Okay. And that would be my turn.
Nako then gives inspiration over to Selena for that last move and lets a bunch of magic missiles fly once again, using his last, his highest spell slot that he's got left. So, 5.
Pack. Caltrops get rolled.
14, not the highest, but one more. Plus 21. So 21 total damage. Actually, literally exactly what's left on that tentacle as the second tentacle drops. That's funny.
Nice.
I thought it wasn't hit yet, but I guess someone did hit it. And Knuckle then, like I said, gives inspiration to Selena. Moves in a little bit, but not quite into the water. He's a little scared. And it's Castiel's turn.
Okay, so I would how does that work when if I use 3 points of inspiration? I know so it's an auto hit crit.
So it's double
Right.
damage. Yep.
What if there's a save in the spell?
Still double damage and auto damage.
So using meta magic and applying careful spell to my fireball and protecting Selena.
Ooh.
I'm going use my high spell slot left. Will be 6th level spell. Fireball gonna come raining down since I'm hovering above it.
Oh god.
And through Rary's telepathic bond, a certain song is being hummed by Castiel.
So that's going to be
Triple
11,
damage.
6,
Oh God.
6. Oh, I don't even have to roll max, right? Or no,
No,
it's
sorry.
just double.
It's just, well, in this case, it gets an additional multiplier. But yeah. So,
Triple
So-
damage.
8.
so 147 by my count.
Oh God. That's gonna rip you one. It might be that might rock its world to.
It gets wrecked. I'm just gonna move Selena here just for health bar purposes. Just to see.
Wow.
It's screaming. It hits you hard when it's acid, but you hit it way harder with your fire.
Payback.
And anything else?
Yeah, I would command my fire elemental to
Move in
I
and
don't- I don't-
explode or attack?
explode is like a self-destruct. Does it survive?
No, I
It's
don't
a-
think so.
It's a 10d4 fire damage attack.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna do.
So let me.
You want me to roll it or?
No, I got it here. 10d4 bonus 0 fire, and of course it's doubled.
So wow. Another
That's-
50 points. I think that's gonna end it.
It is now has minus 16 health points as the creature screams out burn and over from all the flame from Castiel and the elemental. The elemental goes down and the creature sinks to the depths of the pool.
Remind me to not piss you off, Castiel.
I thought we had a deadly situation here with this dungeon, but you guys talked your way out of part of it. Avoided
that was
avoided the Ood, conquered the dwarves up top, and absolutely the only raping that took place was to the creature in the pool.
Wow, it was deadly.
It was
Well,
deadly.
the tentacle creature got raped. How appropriate.
And I was going to summon more tentacles on the next one, but... Do you guys proceed down to the next floor?
Well, it's one more prisoner I think we still haven't really checked on.
That's true. Do you guys go check on that person first?
Who didn't we check on?
There's last cell on the left of that corridor with a centaur in it.
You know what? If current crisis seems to have been taken care of, I would say maybe not a bad idea to go talk to him because of being in Lothbrook, just always hearing so much about the centaur wars and clans and whatnot. Maybe we can just make some good there.
Well, Ralston, as he's known, he addresses you guys and he says, "Well, my people, we would be forever grateful if you let me go. I'm one of the generals of the Quicksilver Army, and we'd be grateful. Please, I haven't eaten in days. Let me free and let the rest of my men free."
You're the only one left.
Oh, that's awful. No. Tell me you didn't do it.
No, they were gone when we showed up.
Then be the first honorable person I've met since I've landed in this cell and let me free. I will tell my people of your generosity.
Through the link, I would just kind of say if everyone else is okay with it, might as well just let him go.
Let him out.
Yeah, let him out. You can get some rations from that main hall where there's a whole bunch of them.
Okay, yeah, let him out and
The quick,
direct him to stuff and make sure that he knows our names. So that should we ever run into the Quicksilver clan, maybe we'll have an advantage.
the Quicksilver clan will be in your debt. Thank you. And he leaves.
Yeah,
I'm
going
going
to.
to drink my health potion.
I'm going to knock off. Since we're doing some more talking and such, I'm going to knock off the older slots of the soul magic that I had picked up there, since I'm pretty sure it's going to be gone. I'd used up one in that fight,
Okay.
one on the other guy, and that's two others gone, so it puts me down to just the two newer ones left. So, still not bad.
As you guys head
Yep.
down to the basement, you notice that there's empty shelves here and empty barrels and empty bags, a little bit of grain. There's a mirror on the one side of the room, as said by the bandit who let you guys out. And if you guys go to the cell that contains your good friend Ikurei, you notice that inside is nothing left but a bandit.
Well, I have a hunch. I already have a hunch that I know what happened. Given the hint, the mention that Ikurei seemed to want to be caught. He's in the
Oh,
basement with an old mirror.
oh, let old Marv out, the bandit says as you guys get close. I did nothing. He tricked me. He tricked me. I'm supposed to be his guard, you see. That one-handed...
It's 3 die 10 plus 5 for the healing pots.
2 die 10. Do 2 die 10.
2 die 10? I thought it was 3.
No, I tried to correct you when you said that too. I was like 2 die 10. There's 3 of them you were given each, but 2 die 10 plus 10 plus 5.
Oh, sorry, I'll fix that.
I might have said it wrong the first time too, so could be.
I'll go.
I would cast Detect Thoughts on this guy and just immediately probe deeper. So he would have to do a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy, good old Marv. He failed.
Marv's about to be
And you probe into his
mind
mind,
bust.
and you see that he was tricked. He's not lying. Ikurei, even though he lost an arm to good old Kesh, Ikurei convinced him that he couldn't reach his food, so the guard came into the room to hand it to him personally, and Ikurei beat him up and made his way out of the room.
I am going to go, while this is going on, I'm going to go checking out around by the mirror. A, checking the mirror itself, and B, checking for any perhaps little clue that Ikurei might have left behind.
You see nothing by the mirror. You could see that maybe he ran up the stairs and was eaten by the creature, or maybe he went through the mirror, but those are the only 2 options. You could, of course, roll investigation. Meanwhile,
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Marv is like, well, let me out. I'm just a simple guard. I've got some food left, a little bit I could share.
Oh, we're not hungry.
Actually, a 25, reliable talent. Minimum check.
You're lucky, because the food I got left is poison. I was going to kill that goddamn Ikurei. He tricked me right on the right day. 24, you can tell there's some recent footprints leading to the mirror, but none leading away from it.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Well, what do you say we leave that asshole here and go for a little mirror walk?
Well, we might not be back, so you could be leaving him to starve to death, just as an FYI.
Knock will ask you guys a couple questions about mirror walk. Oh, it's like that thing Ikurei showed me. I haven't tried it though yet.
But yeah, before we go walking, I mean, are we going to leave him to starve to death? Because if you don't want him to, if you want him dead, just let me know. I'll take care of that.
Well, yeah, I guess you shouldn't starve to death.
Because that's kind of a nasty way to go.
Don't leave me here, you fucking bastards! He yells out of the cage.
Okay, we won't be here.
Xander walks over.
I'm going to slink on over and putting on my best airs of
Oh, thank God!
charm and such.
Your friends are distasteful villains. They were gonna leave me here to die.
Yeah.
Please let me out. You beautiful. And he struggles to say beautiful. Strange creature. You.
Well, let's just see what we can do for you here. I'm going to unlock the door and step inside there along with them.
Oh, thank God! Thank God! Oh.
Before you go, I just give you a little goodbye kiss.
Well, you did save my life after all. So he leans in, a little scared of you a little bit by your talons,
Yeah.
but your face is
Yeah.
beautiful, so he leans in for a kiss.
Yeah, and you know what I'm doing, Pat.
Yeah.
You know exactly what I'm doing.
That's a con save, and he rolls a 2.
Oh, he definitely failed that, and I don't have the actual specs for the spell still.
And he melts into a necrotic pool of black blood. And, what is happening? And he dies. What do you tell your friends when you head back?
Problem solved.
Nako's like, I was watching. Oh, that's not like the kiss I ever wondered that you'd give me, but that was awesome.
Don't worry, Knackle, you won't get that kiss.
And Castiel.
I've been wondering exactly. I've always wanted to see just exactly how that would work.
And does it leave a soul behind?
Good point. Let me check.
Curious.
There's a soul left behind.
Oh, so taking that.
You're welcome.
And now do you guys step through the mirror?
Yeah, and I will use that one actually for hit points. So it gives me twice my level if I remember correctly. So 28 temporary hit points.
Okay. And as you guys step back through the mirror, arrive back at Ikurei's treehouse. Ikurei is there brewing up some soup or something with his one hand that's left. Goes, oh my, Castia, Zadra, Selena. Oh, it's you, Knackle. Knackle goes, oh.
Oh, hey, it's thanks to Knackle that we found out in the first place. And, well, if you hadn't engineered your own escape, we would have been rescuing you right about now.
You guys just came from that awful place? Oh, wow. Well, thank you for coming to save me, I guess. I always had a plan to get out of there, but I appreciate you. You guys haven't changed a bit. Oh, I missed you guys. And as you guys
Missed you too, my good friend. And that's a mirror there. We've got a mirror here. We've got another mirror that we've been carrying around. We've got the startings of a little network.
We do.
I mean, the bunker's been cleared out.
And that's just when the door swings open and Volk walks in. And Volk explains everything, and you guys probably, let's imagine, just for the sake of time, you guys all catch up. Volk explains, well, with everything I brought back, the mayor's willing to set us a ship to sail for Knackle Hills or for of course, Coulson Kingdom. It's up to us.
Oh.
Volk, Ikurei, Knackle, I'll look to the three of you. They can't seem to decide, but the three of you can. And of course, with three of you, one way or the other, there's a decision to be made here. And before we end the session tonight, you guys are going to make your decision.
All right. Sorry, what was
you know
it?
where my vote lies.
What was the decision all over again? Because I had a complete zone out moment there.
Yeah,
Like,
sorry.
wow.
A boat is being readied. Sails are being set on it. Men are being equipped. There's an old pirate friend of yours who's willing to teach some of the men who aren't sailors to sail. There's an old bandit friend of yours that's willing to be a guard on the boat, and there's some people willing to throw themselves to be your men on this ship. But its destination is up to you three. Does it sail to Colson Kingdom to investigate the Book of Leaves, or does it sail to Knuckle Hills to investigate the volcano?
Yeah. Well, the Book of Leaves is pretty important. I remember that was used, as I said, by Ambrosius, the mage there. Or Aurelius, sorry, not Ambrosius.
Well, you know where my vote lies.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with that vote myself, just because of the Book of Leaves connection there.
Yeah, Selena's more interested in finding out what the hell is going on with, like, everything being named after her as opposed to the Book of Leaves.
Yeah. Although, before we, depending on when it's set to leave, before we leave, I'd like to spend a little bit of time, if possible, at least making sure that bunker is closed off properly, so that way it can be relatively safe until we get back and can do something proper with it.
There still will be some weeks of preparation that'll allow you guys in downtime, but Castiel, before the decision is made, do you have any words that you would use to sway your friends, or words you would use to agree with them?
Nothing much really. I would like a lot of this. I had not saying this out loud to anyone, but originally I had really wanted to go visit Crowley Volcano in Knuckle Hills, and had it not been for that page from the Book of Leaves, I would still want to go there, but that's really caught me to Colson Kingdom. But I know Kaylee Volk had spoken to the mayor about that. Did we get any more information?
Well, the mayor admits he's been curious about the Book of Leaves. He's been asking for it. But this page, without any of the men to talk about it, he's not sure what it means. But it must mean that a coastal kingdom has gotten closer to the book. And this must have been proof. And he had talked about it with some of the people coming to trade with them. So he thinks this was an invitation to visit the coastal kingdom. And he now told Volk that he believes you guys should be his delegates to investigate further.
Do we still have the page possession?
You do.
Okay, so I don't really say anything to the group other than just kind of nod and agree. Like, yeah, let's do that.
The mayor's interest was historical at best. His people always spoke of such a book, but he hadn't earned the page like you guys earned the page, and he let you guys keep it. So it sounds like you guys are setting sail. You've got a couple weeks of preparation left to play some downtime in Lothbrook, but your ship will set sail in our next episode, and that'll be the end of this week's episode. But your characters have leveled up.
Woohoo! 14. Oh, sweet.
Not only will 14 give you guys a level up on each of your classes, but will each give you a new prestige feature to go along with it.
Ooh, I'm looking forward to seeing that.
So we don't pick back up for a couple weeks, so we've got some time to play there. So as soon as you guys update your characters, I'll add a little bit more. Nako will level up as well, and Ikurei will join the group, of course.
Yeah, I've broken the 200 hit point barrier.
And as you guys get stronger, of course, you guys are traveling away from the mainland, and things may also get a little bit more difficult, as if they aren't already. But you guys are doing well, and it was a good session. So, keep track of the items you guys have garnered. Of course, Nako can use his magical flute now, just like you can use your magical dagger, Xandria. And the gift Castiel gave you. Yeah.
Yeah, which is +2 to Dex, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
+5 to...
Yeah.
So, wanting to end here at 11 o'clock p.m. That's all for Breaking Mana this week. So it's going to be a long break, but we'll see each other soon.
Yeah, we'll be back though.